They cling to ancient misconceptions. We've got truth in our possession. No room for doubt, no time to waste. It's time to put flat earth in its place. Here comes the smackdown.
Welcome everybody. It is Tuesday night. I have a dog. What do you want, puppy? I have a dog that wants to get up on my lap. And anyway, it's Tuesday night. This here is Penguin. How you doing, Penguin? She wanted to get on my lap. Okay. Anyway, it's Thursday. And anyway, we will be watching day 2 of the trip to Antarctica. Specifically, this will be the first day on the ground in Punta Arenas. We will meet all of the people as they show up as we review these things. I know it's been a while. I'm like, what do I do? How do I do this? How should I present this? And there's so many things and there's so much data. I've just kind of had an idea and then tried it and then said, no, that won't work. For a long time. Anyway. Here we go. So that's what we're going to do. Puppy, don't try to lick me. I don't need that. Good girl. Okay. Yes. Good girl. What do you think? Hello. Say hello. Don't lick. Don't. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, it's always Tuesday night. It's always Tuesday. All right. You ready to get down? So, I got news. So I was going to be doing a debate on Monday. I can't. I have a conflict in schedule for Monday. So it was going to be myself and Craig on a different channel debating about chemtrails. And hello, Drunk Debunk Show and everybody. Glad you're here. And that won't work. So because I got a schedule conflict. So I'm going to be doing. We're either going to move. I don't know. I don't even know. I just found out a little bit ago. I told Craig, and he's like, I got to go to bed. So we don't know what's going to happen yet. We'll figure it out. But I have a busy week, super busy week next week. So might do less live streams. Don't know. Certainly we'll be doing one Wednesday. Wednesday, I don't have any conflicts. So anyway, there you go. The Drunk Debunk Show. So glad you're here, everybody. You'll notice I am wearing my Antarctica shirt. You might also notice that it looks very much like the one that Dave McKeegan has. And the reason is that it's the same shirt. We just mail it back and forth. So currently I have it. So if you see him, and like if he does a live stream tomorrow, you'll know it's fake because it's here with me today. And we can't get it there quick enough because they won't let us use the teleporters anymore to send shirts. They're like, needs to be important or something. Anyway, I may have Melodome joining for a little bit, and that would be cool to talk about a telescope that he's looking into. I will open up for question and answer because there's some time in the video where there's not a lot going on. So I won't have a ton of commentary, so I will do some Q&A. And so that means that I will allow people to send messages to me or join one at a time on my Discord server. And so specifically, here's what I'm going to ask. 2 things. Number 1, if somebody could put an invite link to my Discord server in there, I'll pin it in the chat over here, right? Number 2, some flatties have questions. And I'm happy to answer questions. So they get priority. I'm just going to have one at a time, please. Just Q&A about the trip to Antarctica, any portion of the trip. So my second request is to let flatties know, maybe go over to some flatty servers, maybe just let some flatty that that has questions about the trip. I don't know. Just know that I'm open. And if anybody is flat earther, I'll give them priority. So there we go. Pin the message. So who does, let's see, who does the shirt laundry? Oh, I was supposed to, but I have not done it yet. So that's why it smells. Top Gun, did you know Duffy was a young Earth creationist before going to the trip? I did, but I also knew that he didn't care a whole ton about it and that it's not very important of a thing. That's what he said, at least. And I'm like, whatever, that's fine. And Will and I have almost never spoken of it, even though we don't agree on it. Like, we both are like, whatever, doesn't matter. So, anyway, so does the shirt smell like Rusty? That's it. It's the wet dog smell. Dave, you're not supposed to. I think he used it to. Yeah, like Rusty was outside playing, and he's like, "Let me rub, clean him off real quick." That's why. That's why. Anyway, yes, it's reciprocal stank. So, Lindsay Bow says, "Is this Nuh-uh Central?" It is not. Okay, so there is me posted a link. It's right up at the top there. Well, it's not even on the screen. Why am I pointing there? No reason. I'll point to where I see it. It's right there where I see it, which also won't do you any good. But I hope it's the Discord link. I hope to my Discord server. So I will, so what I'm going to do is when I do get to the question part, I will jump into the voice there, let's see, debate voice, I think is what it is. Because there's a waiting room. Yeah. Like I don't use it very often. So yeah, there's waiting room and there's debate voice. What I'll do, I think you have to be qualified to be in debate voice. Is that the case? I don't know. Anyway, so let me get into it now. We'll have a look at this. So here is the flight from. This is what I woke up to that morning. This was just, this was sunrise. In the plane, like this is at 3-something a.m. my time. So I'm a little groggy, a little struggling there. But you can see here, you look at the altitude, 11,000 feet, 11,800. It's right at 40,000. And so that's where, that's the elevation of this particular flight. And I think we started lower, but I was sleeping for most of it. So apparently, you burn fuel, and leaving everything at the same settings in the plane, because the plane weighs less, then it gains elevation. So it doesn't actually have mellow flight. Or mellow. Somebody just posted Melodome's link. Level flight, it actually increases in elevation over the course of the flight. So, all right, the sun's under the wing. Yeah. This already debunks flat Earth, because the sun could never be that low. So, but it's playing, isn't it? Yeah, it's playing. So what I did is I got all of the videos for the entire day and just threw them in my video software. And then I took out the stuff that wasn't super interesting. So there's the whole flight. The people in there, and I booked window seats far back, right? Which typically people don't want for whatever reason. It's not the ideal seat, but I chose, like, I went in and I'm like, oh good, I get to choose my seat. Everybody's packed up at the front. I'm like, hey, nobody wants the one seat that I want, way back on the side. So I'm the Craig here, who's an escapee as well, or a WWF. We were flat member. Then here, so almost every flight I did this. This is from Punta. This is down to Punta, so it's from Santiago to Punta Arenas, and there is the dollar. I brought one. It's still in my wallet. This isn't the one. I have a few of them in my desk here, and actually, I had to pull one out yesterday, a coin, because I have a thing with my kids that if we ever hear out somewhere Phil Collins playing, it started with my oldest, Phil Collins. He's like, he used to say, "Is this Phil Collins?" I'd be like, "Yes, it is." And I got to where I would give him $1. So now I give anybody that's with me $1 if Phil Collins, anything with Phil Collins is playing. And Peter Gabriel doesn't count, but I'll give you 50 cents if you identify Peter Gabriel. Anything of Phil Collins, so playing in the wild. So it was at home, and somebody somewhere, I don't know, it was on, I don't know where it was. Anyway, somebody said, "Phil Collins in the air tonight." And then my daughter goes, "Is that Phil Collins?" I go, "Yes." So I played it. Yeah, WWF is growing. This is so cool. I really love what Jaron is doing with the WWF movement here. It's really cool. So, all right. So here's the exit. Steve6464. Anything that Phil Collins was a part of counts. So it can be Genesis as long as it's not pre-Phil. So, all right, this is getting off the plane in Punta Arenas.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Steve from Wormhaven says, so far all the flurfs that have left the cult that I've interacted with have been lovely people with valuable things to add to the conversation. I know that that's anecdotal. It is. So, and I think part of it is the ones that are not prone to being good people, they're not leaving. The ones that are kind of, they're good people. They're the ones that are gonna say, "Hey, I'll have another look at it." So, yeah. Oh my goodness, dog! Holy cow! Dog food is no good. Why? What did you eat? You only get dog food. All right, here's our first view of Jonathan and Will. So,
regulation.
Hey,
How are you?
let's take the elevator. I don't want to carry my bag down the stairs.
let's listen to his reason.
All these bathrooms. Oh yeah.
Will's got a good reason for wanting to take the elevator here. When does he say it?
Well, hey, selling it and getting out is great.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Gosh.
I don't know his actual plan. He's going to take a 6-week sailing trip, like a race.
So I don't
across the
know
Atlantic.
what he's talking about.
This year they've done the
jumped into
Bermuda a few
conversation.
times, and when they've done it, they've won for their class. I'm talking about my brother-in-law sailing. And
He's
things.
talking about his brother-in-law. Everybody.
Just
Is
like
there-
an expedition of its own.
Is there a gate or denoise effect on the signal chain from the video? It might be
I
messing
posted
with
the
the
picture
audio.
of that volcano on
Really?
YouTube.
Yeah.
As soon as we landed.
Well, I do have some effects on it.
I kid you not. A
Hold on, I'll look.
flat earther. I'll see if it was photoshopped. Oh my God.
I have a noise.
I was like, no, I just took this.
I have
flying
gain.
over Chile.
I've
He gives me a hard time.
up
It's someone
compress
you know.
I
and
know his
compress
username.
and limiter
Guys, I'm going to struggle this week.
in that order.
I'm going to push through, but I had to wear my boots. They're brand new.
Oh.
Never worn them.
Yeah.
My right ankle is killing me.
Yeah.
Like when you have something new.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I get the first time. We had met in Santiago, and we had to really hike across the airport, and so that hike across the airport like chafed on Will's one foot in his boot that he'd never worn before.
I broke mine in playing Ultimate Frisbee.
So smart.
A couple weeks, 2 weeks to play it.
So I don't know. Is the audio okay? Like when they're talking, because when they're, it sounds fine to me. But I mean, I can turn off. I guess I don't need. Let me see. Here, tell me if this is better. There's no effects.
Okay. So I'm gonna see if she'll take us there, take her off, and then we'll go to the hotel.
It's robotic and shopping. Okay.
How do you feel Airbnb's kind of sketchy because people can still get into weird things? You know,
So I have different audio channels. One that I normally use has the up compressor and the down compressor to bring everything into a certain range for but also has noise reduction, and this one has nothing on it. I did all of it in I just did some basic stuff on the in my video editor.
There's everything that's funny. What's that? Are those both yours?
No, mine. Oh, that
Yeah, but you prefer not.
So nobody's seen this but me. This has been, well, I did publish it for a little bit on my the Flurf wiki site, but then they cut me off. They said you're using too much data, and it's not wiki data. So, well, I don't think I have noise reduction on anymore. I think this is unmodified from my oh, hold on, that wasn't it. Unmodified from my, yeah, properties, filters, audio. Yeah, this is just straight through into OBS, no filters. I pretty quickly got used to just holding a camera and not carrying. So this wasn't a body cam. This was on the stick, and I'm just walking around holding it on a stick while I'm walking around. So, and there's a screen pointing forward so people know. And I did this on purpose. I turned on the screen so they know they're being recorded. So I'm not trying to do anything, you know, so that I want to actually draw attention to it on purpose so they know. But, all right. I mean, this isn't all that exciting. Does anybody have any questions? Three-body problem is no longer a problem. It hasn't been a problem for a long time. I just find it funny they're like thinking that somehow it disproves the ability for things to exist in three-dimensional space, doing things in three-dimensional space. It doesn't. The challenge is how we process it, how we predict it using the mathematical properties of, applying the laws of physics. And all it means is that there's one way that we cannot do it, but there's other ways that we can. So, not actually a problem. Did Witsit
down to try to make it work for like a full sponsorship because that's the
Did Witsit arrive on the baggage claim?
yeah.
Yeah, Ion says we can't predict a double pendulum indefinitely, therefore double pendulums don't exist. That's what it means. That's when they're like, they can't even predict blah blah three body. That doesn't mean they don't exist. So, all right, I need some tab here. I hope you got your tab going. That's good today. All right. Oh, this is cool. So, I've never had this happen to me in an airport, but here it is.
Actually, I want a picture of that too. 1 second.
There it is. There's Carlos.
Hold on. Awesome. Thank you. That's us.
Hey, welcome to Bucarinas.
So Carlos was our one of our two liaisons.
I'm Carlos. Nice to meet you. Mike?
So he picked us up
Yo, nice to meet you.
at the airport.
Nice
It's pretty cool.
So you received all your things, all your baggage
Yes.
here? Perfect. So up we go to the back.
So Carlos was super cool, and he wants to go to Antarctica. I think he's just recently started working with ALE. And we're like, oh, dude, you gotta get down there. He's like, oh, someday.
Santiago to here. It's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So yeah, Santiago was warm, and
Actually,
for Punta Arenas today is like even a little bit warm.
Look at the blue skies. They don't have a lot of blue skies
Punta
there.
Arenas can be like really, really windy and really cold. It's urban.
This trip, the entire trip, the whole time was surreal. It was just super cool. So yeah, Whitsit is piled in there. I'm kidding. He came later. Yeah, he laid down in the back with all the other luggage. Oh, Mr. E-Man gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. I see. Let's see. Phantom, TNN, Monochromatic Light Source, Earthly Skeptic, and Truther's Hour of Comedy all got a membership. So is Truther's Hour of Comedy a flatty? Usually if there's Truther in the name, it tells you something. Can I move my cursor off the volume? I can, sorry.
Yeah.
Where's the door?
So
Is it on
there's-
the other side?
No, you go in the front.
I don't know. Muchas gusto.
Like we're looking for the sliding door on the side of the van.
I can't tell. There's no handle.
It's like a mini bus.
Maybe it's just a bus. Oh, it's a bus style.
Oh, wow. Okay, got it.
But the door looks like a van door.
Number 2.
There you go. So if anybody's wondering, did we go? We did. Requiem for a Dream, did you visit all 10 of the tourist sites while in Punta Arenas? We saw a bunch. It was really cool. Okay, so there. Obviously it was a jump cut. So I turned it off while we drove to the airport. I turned it off and I turned it back on. We got up, went in our rooms, and then we came down, and now we're gonna go do something. So that's what we were doing. So this is right outside the hotel, and we walked out these doors a lot. And this is the busy. This was crazy. This is the busy street, like the main street on this edge of town.
Record
This
the
is
live stream or
their-
do the live stream.
Their freeway.
It's almost 5 o'clock here.
Watch this. They just stop. This is the freeway, essentially, and they just stop. Like, they're super good to pedestrians there.
It's another cool B-roll shot. This yeah, here.
And we saw this all the. It's just really cool. This fountain was neat. Steve from Wormhaven says, obviously fake footage, not one fart the entire trip. Well, I can guarantee you that's not true. You fail your driving test in here if you don't yield to a pedestrian about to enter a crosswalk. So, I've been to third world countries where pedestrians get nothing. Like if a pedestrian gets hit, it's their fault. Nobody cares. But not here. Not here. They're super good to pedestrians. So now we had scouted ahead of time. This particular road is straight east-west, and Will and I had talked about it, planning some different things using this road to measure the distance between lines of longitude and to as a guide
Late, take care.
Okay.
for the east-west.
It's 20 minutes late.
I know. Well, and this is
What was I? What?
it's 2 p.m. back home for me.
Oh, yeah.
So my usual Tuesday at 8 p.m. still is,
Oh, it's Tuesday. It's great.
yeah. That'd be 11 here.
Yeah.
So who was in this live stream?
this will be your live for the day?
Well, no, because we're gonna do another live at sunset.
Oh yeah, good call.
That one could go longer, I suppose. The trouble is, it takes cell phone bandwidth,
Oh yeah.
which is limited.
Yep.
I never had a trouble actually with cell phone bandwidth. I had to.
Yeah,
Like they're so excited to go like sit on.
I know. Christmas time.
I did
And just this weather.
international plan, but it was fine.
Yeah. We get kind of cold nights in the summer in California.
Yeah.
Oh, cold nights in California, Jonathan. So tough. Jonathan, come to Minnesota in February. We'll talk cold. Yeah, we talked about Phantom,
real bad.
about maybe going to see,
I can't even
Penguins.
put my foot all the way down.
but
Just walking on my toe.
got a kitty. All right, hold on. We got a cat. All right, come here, noisy. Hold on. Meow. Meow. Meow.
What?
Well, she was already on. Meow. What do you think, Penguin? Here, get Penguin close. There we go. Oh, it's falling. That's falling.
Sorry.
That's falling. Everything's falling. I got it stuck here. Okay. No, we don't have snow. Good kitty. All right. We want to hear him talk. There you go. You got some talking to do. Like, he likes to get scratched, but then he's like, "What's going on? It's too much attention. It's overload." Okay. All right. There you go. Thank you. Are you going to bed?
Yeah.
You better go to bed. It's bedtime.
Right.
Good night.
Donkey.
Donkey, come here. Donkey. Just. All right. All right. The dogs are supposed to be in here. I'm babysitting them. Okay. Let's get back to this. I got to get my earbuds back on. Donkey about to clean that room out. So no, we don't have snow here anymore. It's a couple days here and there are below freezing right now, but no, it's generally above freezing. It was kind of chilly. Like tonight, playing Ultimate was cold, little cold. Okay.
I'm just gonna try to go buy some sandals or something. I'd rather be cold than in pain.
So yeah, so
You're
Will's
from
talking
Colorado.
about
You walk around barefoot in the snow normally, right?
solving his shoe problem.
No, there's Mikey Smith.
That sounds really familiar. Oh, the Canadian?
Flat Earther from Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
He was saying like his feet get hot, so he walks around on the ice
Oh, interesting.
and he can't feel it,
Huh.
and he's diabetic. And like, Mikey, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't take my medicine because like,
Yeah.
dude, you take your medicine.
Yeah. Wow, that is a playground. My kids would love that.
That is serious playground there.
The whole road up and down there has lots of playgrounds near. They're all
What if
well
there's
fenced
a
off.
school over there because it's school time.
So I don't know if we actually had success with the live streaming this particular sunset. I think it was
I spent all of
overcast.
5 seconds looking for this monument.
Huh?
I spent all of 5 seconds looking for this monument, but didn't find it. But maybe there's details or a placard.
I have a friend that died of untreated diabetes too. Oh no, wait, not on the screen. I have a friend that died of diabetes too. That untreated. Yeah, get it taken care of. So this particular thing here was not on Oh, I know why. The dog's under the desk, sitting on the pedal. So, this is a relatively new monument, so it's not on Google Street View on some of them. So,
All right, I'll go set up.
so Will is gonna go look for the plaque to see it. But I'm gonna set up to do a live stream here. So, and I'll skip over the live stream because you can go see the live stream. And what I'm going to, I think I skip over it. Yeah, there's Jonathan over there. I'm planning to publish an entire, like, this whole day as a single video. And the raw videos are, for this day, already available on archive.org. If you find my my archive.org account there, it's just MC2, and you'll find them uploaded already. It's the original raw video for directly off the camera, uploaded there. And so I have a lot of them for the first couple days and the day in the first day in Antarctica, almost all of them there. But it started kicking out errors now. So I'm going to mail in. I still haven't mailed it in. I still have to mail. That's my weakness. It's my kryptonite, is mailing things in. So Thor KC says, for the next final experiment, you should do an Everest expedition. Flurfs aren't allowed to bring oxygen tanks unless they admit to pressure gradient without a container. I'm the Craig says, so my boy Austin got shunned by the flat earth community for his sun observations and worse. Please help him out if possible. Is this... Which is this Melodome? Yeah. So, you know what? I will... So, I invited Melodome to join, to talk to a little bit about it. He's I sent him a link. I don't know what he's up to. I was just like a last minute thing, like, hey, Jaron, let him know that he can come on. So I sent Melodome, Austin Thompson, a link on Facebook. I sent Jaron a link to give it to Austin through Telegram. And Zoom is sitting here open if either of them want to pop in. Anyway, so here, this is the telescope he's looking to get. Donkey, get off the pedal. Jeez, donkey. Okay. So there it is. If you'd like to help, there's the link. I'm the Craig posted that. So, oh, Shifty, good. Okay, yeah. So he has Melodome has the link on Facebook. I already sent it to him, so he can come in. Anyway, I don't know anything about telescopes really, it's not my forte. But this is what he's looking to get. He wants to do some sun observations. You know, their flatties are like, it's just a portal to a different dimension, or all sorts of nonsense excuses for what they say that the sun is. Anything but reality, of course. So. Oh, he's at work. Okay. Well, if he gets off work before I'm done, he's invited on. But anyway, sometime I'd love to have Austin Thompson on to have a chat. So all right. What's the height there above sea level? There was a flat earther who couldn't grasp the fact that needed to be factored into calculations. Well, you'll see. The sea, it's I mean, you saw it, it's there. I'm on the beach of the sea. It's the Straits of Magellan, which are, you know, part of the ocean. It's like it's connected to the ocean. So anyway, so yeah, probably a little more than 8 feet where we were, but it's not a lot. So that little bag I got there has astronauts on it. It's a lunch bag.
That's impressive.
And insulated.
Yeah, I don't think I would be doing that.
My wife would. She's good for that.
Going in the
Really?
water.
Oh, yeah, she's awesome.
I bet it's healthy.
I don't know. It's cold. That's all I know.
Get your circulation going.
All right.
So we put the
Now,
batteries in the
this
bag.
should keep our batteries warm in
That'll
Antarctica,
help.
right?
Yeah. Plus the hand warmers.
Oh, I didn't bring in.
Brought
one.
so
brought a
many.
bunch.
I never used any. I got hand warmers and foot warmers. I filled up my bag with whatever space I didn't fill up with other stuff.
This app going? Get out of here.
And so this is where we did the live stream.
Yeah, that is impressive that they are in the water right now with swimsuits. Very impressive.
Are the Straits of Magellan really at sea level though? Yeah, I mean they're a rather large straits between the ocean and where we were. So it's not like a little river where there isn't an opportunity for the water to flow in and out very quickly. So, and yeah, there's tides. So the D-Boy 83 says hello, MC Toon Live and the gang, like your media. Thank you very much. It's a bay / sound.
Right.
I'm the Craig says I think I'm going to join a lodge. For all the times I've been accused of things like
It's
being
bitter.
a Freemason is not on the list
It's
at
cold.
all. So somebody is. How does anybody still watch this deceitful Muppet? What do you think is deceitful? What is what's the deceit? Give me the specific thing and the evidence supporting it.
okay.
I don't.
Right.
I most of the stuff I know about Freemasons, I found out after starting to debunk flat Earth nonsense. And I know 2 flat earthers that are Freemasons.
We're further south than
Two.
Minnesota is north, right? Right now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're at 53
We're
degrees
probably
south.
Like Canada? Probably is 53 north.
45 is where I am at.
Right. There we go.
We're live? Amazing. All right. You want to just start without me in the camera?
All right. So, like I said, you can watch the
Is the camera on the right?
the
of the
live
phone?
stream.
Right here?
Camera's right there, yeah.
So DP Debunk says most of the flatties learned what they know about Freemasons by making it up. That's what's crazy. They for some reason they're like they just have all these stories about of Freemasons. I'm the Craig says I'm an odd fellow. Oh well, that's Mason adjacent, isn't it? So all 4 of my mother's brothers are Masons. I can guarantee there's 0 probability that they are manipulating reality. So, all right. So let's, I'm going to skip up here. This, we were getting cold near the end. You can see Jonathan filming us, so this may or may not be in the documentary. So all of Austin talking about Austin Witz is like, well, they went a day early to blah, blah, blah. Well, what did we do there? You're seeing it right now. It wasn't all that fancy. Uh-oh, what did he say? Oh, yeah, that's blockable. Yeah. Well, why you gotta be like, look at this. Look at this guy. He first, TFE was utter garbage for me. Well, it don't care, right? You're wrong about stuff. Anyway, okay, so what's this? Is this Zeus himself? Oh, is this a flatty that thinks he's God? Like, there's no shortage of them. Wow. Whoop-de-doo. Join the crowd of flatties that think they're God. But let me jump to his channel here. Let's see. Go to channel. Vishnu Incarnation. Wow. He really thinks highly of himself. Zeus himself. So yeah, it says it was utter garbage. No, it doesn't matter. Then it was Mark and SMD. Do you mean Simon Dan? And then what Cranian? I don't know what this is about, but yeah, what a horrible person you are. It's telling when you don't have anything, right? What was it that specifically did you had issue with? Nothing. Just throw out, hateful slurs and stuff. That's it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you did. Yeah. You timed him out for 10 seconds there. Okay. So he can comment, right? All right. Be nice. Don't be saying things that have those kinds of connotations, and you will be fine. Your comments will make it through. And I would just ask of you, hey, conspiracist, love your work. I love that mockumentary. Zeus himself, what is it that you think is incorrect? And I'm going to pause this. And specifically, what do you have for evidence supporting your position of it being incorrect? You can email me, mctoon@mctoon.net, and I will feature your whatever information you have. And if you have questions about TFE, that would be fantastic. Also, hold on. Do you know that $100,000 challenge I put out there? Somebody emailed me wondering about the $100,000 challenge, and I sent the web page with the offer. It's on my website. You can look for it. Basically, we both put $100,000 in escrow. If the sun sets, they get they get everything. And if the sun circles for 24 hours a day, I get everything. Simples, right? If anybody believes themselves to be correct, then they will accept it. I'm ready to go. I got an email from this person. I sent it, and I didn't hear back. And I thought, well, they must have looked at it and thought that they wouldn't be able to. Right? They weren't interested. But today, I got an email back. So here it is. April 8th. Okay, so I got an email on the 8th that I didn't see, and then an email today. So anyway, this person may be interested in actually accepting the trip, the challenge. What do you think of that? I might be going back to Antarctica in December and pocketing $100,000. Anyway, so let me, Steve from Wormhaven said, obviously fake footage, not one fart the entire trip. Addicted to Gaming says, gotta be fake. Never seen drivers pay attention to a zebra crossing. It was pretty cool. And there's giant speed bumps there too. So if you go really fast, you'll go for a dead Dukes of Hazzard there. Jay Donashi says, of course you're a Mason. I've seen you drink out of their glasses. So you're not kidding anybody, Mr. Secret Society. I don't know what you're talking about. The aliens are in control here. So I think we're going out to eat here. I don't know for sure. He so to get timed out, he used a slur. So oh, got timed out again? No, all right. Here. Patricia Everett. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. You know my stance. Let them make fools of themselves. Okay? Don't make me take away a wrench for no reason. right? I'll take away a wrench. Okay. All right. We're just waiting. We're gonna go down the street here. We're wondering because we haven't gotten our bearings yet. Really, we don't know the place too well. And take your time. Also, remember, take your time about timing somebody out. I'm here. I'm watching. I'm not in a debate, so I can read a little more easily. But also, you have plenty of time. Like the big problem is my main concern is if some comment goes in that YouTube will flag. Number one. Number two, something that's really, really horrible. Right. But it's on the screen here already. So you can't undo that. What do we do? What do I do? I think it's like 7:30 at night here. But see, that road to there, that's straight east-west. It's turning, it's curving there. But the sun set south of due east-west. So yeah, I'll turn the volume down. The sunset about 10 or after 10. Like we're walking around at 10:30, 10:45, and the sun was set, but it was still a lot of twilight going. Mark Von Wisco said, "I'm the one he called Ukrainian because of my YouTube profile picture." Oh, I see. All right. What's our plan?
Oh wow, someone just said, show me the Chile newspaper. Okay, I think we should table.
They're like wondering whether or not we're actually in Chile. Like you can't just get on a plane.
The shoes. Everything closes in 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I've got to figure out to get us an Uber, where to go. So I think I'm going to table that.
So you got a temporary solution.
Hey, Carlos, come on. I know where I should purchase.
So,
okay, so let me just double check one thing here real quick, which is this electronics store. So I'm freaking out about not having,
The cables?
not being able to plug in.
Yeah, I think that's the first priority of the shoes, right? Cables?
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I'll get one
everything's
too.
closed tonight too.
That's what they said?
Yeah, everything closes at 8, and the restaurant's all open at 8.
Okay. It's crazy.
Let me.
it was interesting. Like you can't get into restaurants at 6. Like the restaurants don't open till 8
Yeah.
in California?
Oh, no.
Oh no,
No.
they're always open. Hold on.
Santa Monica closes early. I don't live in Santa Monica.
Okay, Los Ganaderos.
These
No.
are nice glasses. They're really dig.
Yeah.
They're good. Let's get the endorsement. Are these Oakley's? That's what they are?
Jublo?
Oh.
I put I need reading. So I've got little
Oh, yeah.
Stick
look
on
what you did
lenses.
there, yeah.
Okay, so we have to decide if
If
we
you can
want
see that.
to
There you go. There's
get
my
an
secret.
Uber or walk. It's a 9-minute walk.
Let's walk.
Oh, let's walk.
Okay, great.
You see the lens there,
Yeah,
that's
they
so
don't.
I can read.
They don't open for 24 minutes,
Oh,
so we'll just go. Oh, I didn't bring my sunglasses.
Go get them.
It's okay. I don't feel like I need them.
17 pieces is not enough flare. I'm filming you, filming me.
Meta, bro. Super meta. I kind of want to see like you did, like in the ice, in the ice box, how long this one will go.
Yeah?
Just to figure out those figures. This is going to be my lightweight action camera.
Yeah.
People walking, tracking, things I don't have to think about instead of that big camera. Get nice cinematic stuff with
That's
this.
nice. Is that DJI?
Yeah, it's the, got a polarizer and variable NDs I can put on it.
That's pretty cool.
You got a polarizer or ND?
That's an ND.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
It's pretty sweet. It you double tap it, it'll like center up. It's got a couple different views. That's I gotta really like play with it. So exactly where it's at.
That's pretty cool. Is that new to you?
New to me, yeah, for this. There's a wide lens.
Got my my microphone, my DJ and mics here.
YouTubers out here.
I know. They were picking on me because these sovereign citizens and First Amendment auditor people, they'll get rigs bigger than these that have cameras filming both directions, or
Yeah, I
that
know.
have mics all over the place, and like a whole bunch of like sideways and vertical gear to mount everything
So that they're seeing.
to try to provoke policemen to hit them or push them or something.
Shall we?
Yeah.
I'll lead the way.
So this is kind of cool. That where we are, there's a lot of stuff just in walking distance. We didn't take taxis anywhere nearby here. One time we took an Uber to like the market. I think 2 days later. Or no, I think it was the next day.
Yeah. Let's go across.
Auditors are different than flirts. They intentionally try to get policemen to hit them and things so that they can file frivolous lawsuits and get out of things that they shouldn't be doing.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. No, we go this way.
And so I'm holding this on there's an extension stick. Oh, I have it. I'll grab it. The camera's in, I think it's in the other room right now. But I'll show you what I mounted it on.
Love this.
Huh?
I love this.
Yeah?
This is great. I mean, I love to get the camera low. It's very cinematic for those that don't follow it low.
Oh, and it's got a built-in gimbal.
Built-in gimbal.
Yeah.
This is gonna make the action shit.
Yeah.
Cause like, you know the shot you want to do with everyone linking hands?
Yeah.
I actually put some thought into it. It wasn't the time when you told me earlier to tell you my ideas I had.
Yeah.
Like now we've done a little.
So it's pretty tall.
Yeah, there's just a lot to it.
It's choppy. Yeah, this is my computer. Something's going on.
It's some great shit. Without
It might just be. All right.
Having these liaisons is very nice.
Yeah,
I'll text Carlos and he responds.
Yeah, who responds?
Yeah.
All right. It sometimes Chrome will start taking all the CPU. Speedy News Network is new here. Welcome. This is a little unusual. We're watching just raw footage of the trip to Antarctica. So this is in Punta Arenas, which is in southern Chile.
Like we should be walking on that thing.
Yeah, but I think it's okay.
Who on earth uses Chrome? I use Chrome. What's wrong with Chrome? What do you use? Dead Zio?
After that video.
Oh, look at that. Is that the Southern Cross there? See that on that thing sticking up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere you go,
Is that it?
That's
They-
the Southern Cross.
they have the Southern Cross all over the place. You know, it's on the flag for the state that we're in there. Oh yeah, Chrome does use a lot of speed and memory. Firefox is good. I do a good amount with YouTube and Google, stuff, so I prefer Chrome for that because it's their, you know, it's their own OS, or not OS, their own, I mean, it kind of is an OS. It's their own browser. Flurps love Internet Explorer 3.0. Edge? Who uses Edge? That's gross. That's gross. So, alright. This is the waterfront. And I just really got to liking the waterfront. All up and down there, it's lit at night. And so people walk up and down late at night. And you really don't feel...
Go back and study history
you don't
a bit
feel in
more
danger.
because
At least I didn't.
There's obviously a lot here about Magellan. And I don't remember that much about Magellan from school. So...
Yeah, speak of Magellan.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
You know, Alex
it's
Jones,
the
he's
Straits of
always He's
Magellan.
always talking about, like, well, there's a meme where he's like, they got you thinking about Justin Bieber, you should be thinking about Magellan. That's a conqueror. That's destiny. That's striving. There's this Alex Jones rant that he's talking about Magellan and making the comparison that the, you know, media, like, rots your brain with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
He's like, this is an explorer. Conquered the world.
Yeah. Yeah, times have changed.
I miss
Like,
Alta
The
Vista.
popular videos on YouTube are the most mindless videos. Like, let's drop something off of a building and see what happens,
Hey, that's cool.
you know? And let's see if we can make this trick shot. It's like,
Those get old.
that's what kids are spending their time
The
watching. And it's just like, wow, look where we've come.
yeah, I like the who says those Kiwis that made that big thing that they drop things off of all the time. Here's another statue thing. There's a lot of these all along the waterfront. Jack Fetter says Edge is Chromium based, 100% compatible. That's true. I don't do Windows. So Speedy News What Network says I know your videos and Dave's too. I've just never commented on a video on live before. Well, glad to have you here. Pretty cool town here. These old buildings and stuff. Now, we're in the nice part of town. We didn't get out of the good part of town. Yeah. Who used Lycos? Who used Alta Vista? Now look at that. Look how cool that is there. This is December. Farther away from the equator than where I live. It's just so weird. How was the food? It was amazing, but of course, we just went to the good restaurants, and the good restaurants were not that expensive. So this is the restaurant that we went to eat at the first night.
It's not open yet, but it's so interesting. The stores close at 8, the restaurants open at 8. I feel like maybe when I was in Scotland, it was kind of like that. Everything kind of shuts down at a certain time, and then
Yeah,
the nightlife.
yeah, there's something to it.
I've got a real question. Read it.
Yeah.
Read the question before you answer the poll.
Picture underneath the restaurant name. So we can remember. Yeah, I want to get a picture. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out which angle is best. Probably coming from that way. I want to get a picture where we can see the name of the restaurant and have us in it.
So, all right, look in there. There's nobody standing there right now.
Phone.
Oh, you want to use your phone?
Just
I
wait.
don't like up and down pictures usually, but hand up there. Mike, you want to get in on this?
Yeah.
It's slick. Is that an Insta360 tripod?
You guys take a step to your right.
It is. I don't know how he recognized it.
Come towards me.
He just looked at it.
Come right there.
Okay, that's fantastic.
The bread rolls in there, ready to go.
Yeah, hot bread. I guess we could tell them we're here, but I just assumed.
So we made a reservation.
So some reviewer had reviewed the kit.
Oh, we
This
talked
is
about the
kit
tripod.
without
tripod.
Yeah.
and then said, "This is the Insta360, different brand."
Wait, did you just buy this?
Yeah, just like a month ago.
Oh, I want to take that guy's picture.
Right there.
Hi,
You
we're
guys showed
here
up.
for your restaurant.
He's funny. He's great.
A little early. Can I take your picture?
Also,
Okay.
oh, my name is Rene Andrade Scalafati.
Okay.
My name. And my creation is The Lion de Calafate, my books.
Oh wow.
Yes.
You write books?
My creation is El Calafate Sour, the beer Calafate. Is very nice. Maybe the working in the garçon 45 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand what he's talking about here. But he said something about he used to work somewhere 45 years ago.
But 1978, the working here. Well, somehow 45 years ago, yes. The president, Pinochet, Elwin, Frey here. But the very important, but is incredible, is Putin in here.
Oh really?
Really.
Okay.
Putin in here. Yes, but it's secret.
Oh.
Yes.
So no one took any pictures or anything?
Nothing. The newspaper, nothing. Noticias, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do we get a newspaper?
¿Dónde estás la PayPal de Luis?
El diario.
Diario? Diario, yeah. ¿De dónde estás?
Maybe
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He never gets the newspaper.
La calle?
two.
He's not French. French pride. He's not French.
Izquierda or derecha?
Two here and two here.
Ah,
Two
okay.
blocks that way?
Prensa Austral
What?
or Pingüino.
In Australia.
Penguino.
Penguino.
We don't want to get a newspaper
Peng-
until Jared and Austin and
Penguino?
Lisa are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll all hold
Okay.
it or whatever.
I got Penguino here.
We'll do a video
Maybe-
reading from it.
2 weeks ago, President Boris in here.
Oh,
Oh,
President
yeah.
Boris in Chile?
So this is a good restaurant.
Yeah.
All right, good.
But
Nice.
Boris Sousa.
Yeah, not sure how you feel about him.
Yeah, Sousa.
Y es así que es más o menos.
Más o menos.
Más o menos.
No querer.
Look at that.
No querer.
No
Right
querer.
there.
Yes.
No
Look.
querés, man. We are
Oh.
Estados Unidos.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was looking at.
It's like the gateway to Antarctica.
It is.
That's what
Oh.
Punta Arenas is. The gateway to Antarctica.
Yeah, and we figured it out here, but everywhere you go in town, everything about this town, not everything, but like all over the place, scattered everywhere, you see people talking about Antarctica and you can get supplies for it, and or you do tours down to it, and cruises and flights and all sorts of stuff about Antarctica.
Antarctica. So
Amazing that people are able to go to Antarctica.
Oh yeah.
This is for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is my name is René Andrade Scalafate in Google.
Ah,
This is my books.
okay.
All right, so there's the advertisement. This whole thing is a complicated ruse to sell this guy's books.
My history.
Oh wow.
In Google.
Okay, cool. I want to get my picture with you.
Yeah.
No, you want him to take the picture.
It's actor attracted.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Oh yes.
1, 2, 3. That's a good one.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna Google you.
Yeah, in Google. Yes, sir. Do you say your country?
United States, Estados
United
Unidos.
States, okay.
Yeah. Minneapolis, California, Colorado,
Oh wow.
all over. Yeah.
This is very fire.
Far, yeah. 12, 14.
Yeah, yes.
14 per
Yeah.
Jonathan stumbling through Spanish was pretty good. Like, I'm terrible. He tried. I didn't even try.
aeroplane.
Too much.
Yes, too much.
Yes, yes.
Too much for me.
When is the first here?
Sí, yeah, sí.
Fair,
Todos.
What?
Brilliant.
And the 1980, they changed the time here. Maybe the 1980 ago,
Ah,
too much snow here, 2 meter, 1 meter.
2 meters of snow.
Yes, es, en 1980,
Ah,
mucha nieve aquí, mucha nieve. De 80
meters.
ago.
yeah.
I don't understand what he was saying there. Anybody know what this?
80s.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. But now it's no
Just
snow.
snow?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Global warming.
Yes, it's very, very
Big
intense.
changes. Yeah.
Yes, it's changed the city here is
Explosive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
German,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Well, my name is René Andrade Scalafate.
Renee, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto, Jonathan.
Okay.
Mike.
Bye. Good luck. Huh?
Thank you.
He had to tell us many times.
We're gonna eat.
Yes.
See you.
Come here. Yes.
Yeah.
You want to see us?
You want
Thank you. Yes.
It wasn't 8 o'clock yet.
Watch your step.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I think I leave this on until we get to the table. So I liked it. This is a pretty good restaurant here. So up, you see that fire there? They're roasting something up in there. I think I don't know if I get a good picture of it. There you go. Yeah.
Leia? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here you go.
That you don't see much in America. PT Tony says we can detect mass loss from the Patagonian ice sheet in the Grace mission data.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so, and I didn't know really ahead of time. I didn't know before I went there that Patagonia is the part of South America that we were in. So there you go.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there. If you're vegan, tough. It did smell great in there because it's got like kind of the smoky wood plus the long roasting meat flavor. Oh, it's really so good. It's goat, he said, I think.
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely. Hey, Bert just said, see if you can catch the moon rising low over the horizon this evening. It'll be good to document how low it is compared to the sun. Don't know what that means.
It's already up. It's pretty far up already.
Yeah, we had seen the moon already. But it never did get high on the horizon. While we're there.
ALE giving us the bangers every time we talk to Carlos.
Oh yeah, Carlos suggested this place. So.
Yes. Carlos is great. Wow.
I love it. I love how much.
Okay, so when Austin was like, "Hey, the Globers got there a day early, so that they could do, or 2 days early or something." Like we got there one day before them. It's almost like 24 hours. It was like the flight. Well, no, theirs was a little later. I think some of them missed their flight and then they got bumped to the next one. So, okay, I'm going to see if I'm going to jump in the Discord server. So I'll be in the waiting room. I'm in the waiting room on my Discord server if anybody has any questions. So how much was the fancy goat meal? It was very reasonable. So I'll tell you what I did. While I was there, I got on Max's suggestion, I got the local spirits drink, Pisco Sour, and I had no lunch that day. Well, no, I had breakfast on the flight from Miami to Santiago, and it was just like a little thing. It was an egg and like a piece of toast. It wasn't much. And then on the flight from Santiago to Punta Arenas, the in-flight meal was a little bag of popcorn. And I don't like popcorn. I didn't have any. So I had, at this point, before we sat down there all day, I'd had a small meal on the plane from from Santiago, oh my gosh, from Miami to Santiago. And so that, just for reference, the flight left Miami, I don't know, between 10 and midnight Miami time, and I landed around 6 a.m. Santiago time. So my stomach is empty, and I'm a lightweight, and I got a Pisco Sour, and yep. Right away, I'm like, oh, this is pretty serious. So I was feeling good. So this next part here, where you see me walk around, and I only had one, but that's all it took. I was enjoying some of the effects of the Pisco Sour. So anyway, remember, I am in the Discord server if anybody wants to come in and if you have any questions.
What's fucking going on here? Sometimes I feel like I'm.
All right. Oh no, we're not at the part of the road where it's east-west yet, and the sun hasn't set yet. It's probably 9 o'clock, right? We got in there a little before 8. There was nobody in there when we sat down, and by the time we'd been in there 10 minutes, every seat was full. So. But look at the angles of the sun as we get closer to the hotel.
The Patsy. Is that what this is about? Is that why you're filming me all the time? Mike, is that even your real name? What are you guys feds or something? Don't hurt me. I've got a child.
We're with NASA. We're here to help.
Don't let my wife see me smoking a cigarette.
Oh yeah. Jonathan's wife. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Leave this part out. Make it look like a joint.
Does she not know, or?
No, she don't.
Make it look like a joint.
A joint would feel good. I grow my own weed. I don't smoke it though. She does.
I don't smoke it though.
Well, I smoke a little bit. That's a lot. I don't want anybody to look good.
One time in 7th grade, a kid blew
You've heard this before.
weed smoke in my face.
If you've been
One
around.
of my friends, this is a true story, Will. He'll like this. You can film it. I texted one of my friends when you were announcing your Tuesday video or your video today about some guy that had news you'd never seen. I go, this Will guy, something's not added up. What's your spider sense saying? He goes, what do you mean? I go, well, all of a sudden now somebody's made some point to him and I don't even know what it could be. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's making an announcement. Like, I really feel like I'm in the middle of a ruse here. I've only had Coca-Cola to drink today. I'm just tired. Now it's starting to
He also had some adult beverages at that restaurant.
pop off. Yeah. I was like on the plane talking to myself.
Yeah, in the waiting room. Can you hear me in the waiting room? Somebody was in here a little bit. Red Cedar was in here a little bit ago.
Oh, you got it up there.
I think he had a pisco sour too. But Jonathan liked
We'll be right there.
he liked stuff neat.
They won't let him into the room. Oh, right. You love hearing that?
Yeah. Does he always do his videos at that one group? It's like the way he does it?
This artistic,
Room in his own
I don't know.
house.
I extended the pole and I put the camera near the side. I thought it was cool, maybe.
No one's ever gonna get. Yeah. Like sometimes the technical stuff. There's so many cameras, so many things to do.
I don't know, it's kind of mesmerizing. So this line of buildings here, none of them were used. There you go. There's sea level. The guy, Hillside said the guy at the restaurant seems to be Jose Manuel Calafate, who has translated foreign authors like Norman Mailer and Italo Calvino. Couldn't understand what he said about Pinochet. Okay, I don't. There we go. Yeah, they painted like Gothic stuff on here. Okay, so now we're going straight east-west. Look at the direction of the shadows. You can see up in front of us there is the hotel. That round roof is the hotel. So already we have destroyed Flat Earth. This one frame of the video destroys Flat Earth. Because, oh yeah, there we go. We've got the third Duras sister. Anyway, let me just get to this point. This shows that the sun is already south of due east. This is a complete impossibility on the dirt pizza. Right here. Look at that shadow. How do you do that? How do you do that, deniers? This right here. How is this shadow going that direction? It can't. It can't. Because this road is straight east-west. We're facing west. Those shadows are going north of due west, which means the sun is south of due east. Right there. Yeah, Unreal Engine, I suppose. But no, this is a place you can go, everybody. You can go there on your own. All right. Where'd you go? Somebody was in the waiting room. No, are you able to hear me in the waiting room? Maybe it's not working. Derpy Dave would come up with some easily debunkable claim. So yeah, I mean that particular frame of the video there does what? It proves the globe, Flat Earth Dave. Everybody, you can have that. You can have that frame of that video. and take Dave's money. He'll never pay. He's dishonest. There's the old hotel. Look at that. It is a straight east-west hotel too. And so later, after we got back, the window on the bottom floor on the far side we saw the sun come up through that window to the southeast or southwest. Sun comes up. Wait a second. I'm getting my east and west mixed around. The sun was setting in the west. We're facing east. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it all backwards. All right. Who is this everybody watch?
How are you?
I'm all right.
Great to meet you in person.
Hey, John.
There he is. First moments.
I'm Mike.
Mentioned himself.
Let me get this room thing squared away, okay?
So they've given me 607, which I think is Rennie and...
Okay, so if you are listening with headphones, you will hear a distinct difference now because Will is wearing one microphone and I'm wearing the other microphone. And the way the microphones work is they each go left and right. And I intentionally did not fix it. I left them panned as they were just so that you can enjoy. Oh yeah, this is the frame I paused for the thumbnail or close to it. Oh my gosh, donkey! Oh my, jeez, that is so. I don't understand. He just gets dog food. There's nothing else. Oh gosh. Anyway, all right. Yeah. So there's Rusty's owner, Dave. And yeah, he had a tough flight. He had 2 flights there. The first one's the long flight from London to Santiago, and then the shorter hop down. So he's trying to get in his room. Something was I think he got his key anyway. And I totally explained the microphone thing.
Oh, okay.
So
That works too.
Excellent.
we're all just swapping and changing.
Did you give him your passport?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good.
That's it for tonight, right?
Yeah, so let me explain what
Okay.
happened. It's complicated. So the room that all of our gear in was our room.
Right.
We added Jonathan late. I called to add another room. They were fully booked.
Oh, okay.
So I got an Airbnb.
Right.
But Jonathan doesn't want to leave his camera gear at the Airbnb.
Fair enough. So you're taking...
So I'm taking the Airbnb and you two are in 523.
That's all right. That's what caused the confusion, because afterwards...
You should give that to Mike.
Yeah, when I spoke...
Both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, is your stuff?
All my stuff's up
Oh,
there at the
let's
minute.
go.
so
Oh, we'll swap, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they didn't want to book me in because they went, you two were booked into 523. And I was like, I just want to bed, I don't care.
I know. He's had a rough go.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Did you hear he almost missed his next flight?
Yeah, I thought, I think it was, I mean, it looked like...
So I cut out the part. If you're really interested, you can go back and look on. I uploaded them to the archive, but as Will and I were going from, it was an ordeal to go from where we arrived in the international terminal. The international terminal in Santiago is bigger than the domestic terminal in Santiago because Chile is a little sliver right on the edge of the continent. So if you go anywhere to the, let me get my directions right. If you go anywhere to the east, you're leaving the country. If you go far, not even very far to the north, you're leaving the country. And if you're going south, there is a noise. I just heard a noise. What was that noise? I don't know what that noise was, but anyway, you didn't hear it. It was muted. There was a drum kick. It just did it again. Is that you, Lael?
this room. So if people want to hear what you're saying before the stream, they should come in here and listen.
Okay. So
anyways, yes, this actually works. I can hear you fine.
that's layout. It's the drum. All right, Lael's in the waiting room. It's not my hand gestures.
But by the way, I don't have any questions. I was just going to tell you that this waiting room is working.
Okay, thank you. All right, where was it? Okay, the domestic versus the international terminal. So in order to go between them, you have to like leave the actual terminal and you have to walk between the two. There's a big area between. I left that out because it's mostly us just walking around being confused in the airport. I mean, if you're really interested, you can watch it. I will upload the what we're watching today. I'll upload the whole thing. It's not rendered yet, but I will render it and I will upload it to my MC Toon Live channel, and you can watch the whole thing, including us walking around confused in the airport. If that's your thing, if you are a TFE purist, you can watch it. And so it was quite something. We got to I'll go over it briefly. We got there, we had to go through passport control, and then we had to get our carry-on bags checked through x-rays. We went on the way out of the secured area. We had to get our bags, our carry-ons and stuff, run through the x-ray, and Will got stopped. They had to check through his bag for the batteries. Same for me. One of them, Will, every single time that we got somewhere, Will got stopped. I didn't get stopped every single time. Anyway, so we went through that, had to get our bags examined because we've got these lithium ion batteries. They're like looking them up and look at the numbers at them. Then we had to pick up our luggage, and then go through security again. And we had to fill out forms. And we fill out, this is what was interesting. Because I do security. Security is part of what I do for like, it's not like my specialty, but I have to be aware of security. So we get in there, they're like, you have to fill out this form. So I fill out this form, and like, we're talking to each other, like, what do we put here? We want to make sure we get it right. What's the name of the hotel we're staying in, and who's our contact and all this. We're like, okay, I hope it's right. And then we go to where we put our bag up on the x-ray machine, right? And the guy takes it and he just slaps it into a pile, and he's got a hand. His hand is just full of all sorts of crap, and just a whole stack of these things. And he didn't look at it. He just held it. He's like, yeah. In Spanish, put your bag on the thing here. That was it. So all the effort that I put into making sure I filled that out right, he didn't look at it. I don't know what they do with them. But like, well, I guess I didn't have to worry too much. Anyway, we got through that. I got through that just fine, actually. They didn't check my bag or anything. I had to put both my carry-on, which I'd already had x-rayed, and my luggage to get x-rayed. And then I get out on the other side, and guess who's getting stopped again? It was Will, but this time was because he had his Starlink in his bag. So he brought all of his stuff with him in the one bag, and he brought Starlink in that same bag. So when Austin's like, well, we didn't know we had all this stuff and we didn't know about it. Like, Will got everything that he brought with. 2 tripods, 2 Insta360s, his drone, and his clothing for the whole time there, his cold weather gear, all of the stuff, and the maritime Starlink in his bag. All of it. One bag. And a carry-on and a backpack. And Austin's like, we didn't know. You did. You were in the meeting. Addicted to Gaming says, Will Duffy is the one who got me interested in all this. He's a stand-up guy when he's not kicking puppies and robbing old ladies. He is a good guy. He is. And you know, there are those of us that have differences of opinion with him on certain topics, but those topics, he's like, I don't care that much. Like, okay, I don't much either. So let's yeah. Anyway, who's carry-on bags? So, that was anyway, he got stopped. They had to open up everything. They had to look at the Starlink. He pulled the Starlink out. I got a picture of him standing there holding it. He's looking over at me, like rolling his eyes, like, oh my gosh. Anyway, pack it all up, leave. Now we're finally out of the secured area, and we're like, where do we go? And there's a whole bunch of people, taxi stands that are there, like, oh, hey, you want to, you want a taxi? You want a taxi? We're like, no, we want to go to the other terminal. Like, oh, go down here. So we go down there, and then we had to check our bags again to go to get brought over to the domestic terminal. But we had to check them in the international terminal. They brought them over. It took forever. Then we had to hike across, and we're like, we got to get over quick because our plane. We had to move pretty quick. It's all in the video. And then we got there pretty much like just as they were almost finishing up boarding. So that was the time that we had. A few people watched it already. Purists, you'll of course want to watch every second of it.
It was cutting it tight. Anyway, right, which one?
Five. You have your key?
Yeah. I've ended up with 3 filthy keys, I don't know.
That's okay, just try them all.
So did you have to pay?
No. They were trying to work out.
I wonder if he
who
paid
was
ahead
meant to
of
be
time.
in.
Yes,
He
Leo.
didn't pay.
The one thing I will say is I don't know who on earth would want to watch people walking around an airport. That doesn't sound very fun.
Some people have.
Sounds kind of boring.
So you're able to
Yes.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So you need a key.
Well, clear.
Anyways,
Right, so
All right. Santa's 97 says, I wish I had girls sending me nudes to be like Jaren, but he has a certain charisma, well-spoken man. I don't know if that's the case or not. Not important here. ZH Kane says, if thinking the earth is 10,000 years old is just a difference of opinion, what's wrong with flat earth? That's a good question. And all right, let me go to this. Flatzoid, I don't believe Flatzoid for a second, and I don't think that he's actually going to stick to this, but Flatzoid has tried to get out of the lies that he put together by saying that he's not going to engage in the conversation anymore. Now, let's imagine that he was actually not going to mention Flat Earth anymore, right? Let's say he was done with it. If that was what he did, I'd say, super. That's all I care about, right? Your personal position, fine. Don't go proselytizing it, right? There is a that's fine. The people that are silent, be silent, and nobody will know. Nobody will have any reason to say anything about it. But as soon as you go out on the internet and you start making videos about it and you start pushing it a bunch, well, then there's an issue with it. It's something you care about a bunch. So now Will did do a debate with PhD Tony, and I think that the reason why he did it is because he was requested to do it, not that he was seeking it out. And not that he was going around and putting it out there as something that he wanted a bunch of people to accept. So there's the difference that I see. And if you don't see that that's enough of a difference, then okay, that's fine. But that's right.
is that the reason you've always refused to debate me? Because you're afraid? And it's a difference of opinion?
Lael jokes. Yeah, definitely. That's the case. Lael's not a flat earther. So, all right. We got just a little bit left here.
To bring it down here.
yeah, so
We have another key. You can just keep all three.
perfect.
All right.
I don't know what's left in here.
5.3.
Do you need help with your stuff or no?
No.
Okay.
I think we go outside. We go outside again? There's 20 minutes left in this clip. Otto likes Dave's hair. Yeah, like Dave's been traveling for Many hours.
We're going to start in 10 minutes.
So that voice was Lael,
Yeah, we did. It was 1:30. What can we do?
who's in my Discord server. When Peachy Tony's in
We're
there too.
live?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. So, fun story.
Okay, hey Tony. Okay, so this is, I'm going to jump over this. This is the video that just went live today on my Conspiracy Tunes channel, where Will is interviewing this guy here, Rodrigo. Very cool guy. He worked in Antarctica for quite a few years for ALE, talked about what it was like there. So if you're interested, you can go watch it on my my Conspiracy Tunes channel. So I'm going to jump past this, and then just a little bit of the walking back. So the reason why we met them is because Will went to he didn't have a room for the night, so he stayed in the Airbnb. So that's his Airbnb. Him and his partner own that. So
TM, and you're taking my picture at ALE's office, and it's still bright out.
Here, let's get a mic on you.
14 minutes left.
You guys and your mics.
What am I doing? It's just I'm covering
All right,
up.
are you recording?
Yeah.
You are?
Yep.
Okay. So it's 10:30 at night. We just left the Airbnb,
Let's pan
and
right.
they mentioned that the ALE office is about a block and a half away. So we're gonna go check it out.
Let's have a
And-
look quick at this dish here.
Oh yeah.
Look at this dish. We were looking at them earlier.
See how horizontal it is?
Sorry to interrupt, but this was
Well, I mean the part of the dish is vertical, but it's aiming horizontal.
It's important.
yeah. That is very horizontal,
Yeah, it is.
and it's facing north.
Yeah.
That way is north. And that thing, look how horizontal that is. Now the angle of the dish is not the correct angle of where it's pointing, because look where the receiver is, it's a little bit down, so you have to have that angle. But that's an important thing to take note of, because we're 53 degrees south. If there's a balloon somewhere, where's that balloon at? I don't see it. All right, go ahead.
So we are going to stop by the ALE office. Obviously they're closed. It's 10:30 at night, but thought it'd be pretty cool to take a picture when there is still daylight out at 10:30 p.m. So here we go.
Look at this cool building here. The other corner there.
Yeah, straight ahead. Really neat. We're gonna need to cross here. We'll cross and then make a cross to the right. It's on the
I
other
need to
side.
see this building.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at that.
There's some really cool architecture in Punta Arenas. Oh, is this doubled?
Well, I don't know what that
Sorry if
means.
the audio was doubled.
Looks great.
Oh yeah, for the poll, I'm gonna end the poll.
Look at they put their garbage in these little baskets here.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Well, no, wait, I do have an idea, because I read on the plaques. And people wondering, that's PhD Tony on the Discord server there. So, hello. Let's see. I read many plaques while I was there. That graphic. Must have been 1500s. Do you know the answer, Tony? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Tony, did you answer the poll question? First browser that you use, Netscape Navigator, Internet Explorer. Okay. NCSA Mosaic or Mozilla? All right. For me, it was NCSA Mosaic. Oh, you can't hear him. All right, now they'll hear you. That.
Okay, yeah. Netscape was what I used.
Okay. All right. Well, I think let's see here. It's we're just walking around. It's not a lot. I'll show you. Yeah. That's it. I'll just show you this very last thing here. And then I'll come to the Discord server. This is in the hotel. There's
It's
Christmas
weird
tree.
seeing Christmas stuff in
Should I pay?
an area that's kind of warm. Really, I like it.
Can I? Can I?
All right. And that's it. And that's it. We saw there's a Christmas tree in the hotel. All right. How are you doing, PhD Tony?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I am super. It's been good. It's been good days. Busy. Ultimate season has started, so
It's always a good day. I used to play a lot of Ultimate when I was younger.
all right.
Yes, but I'm old, fat, and slow nowadays, so I don't. I would only injure myself.
I've played pickup games, and they're nice to me.
Yes. Yeah, it's but you know, it's always a good time of year when a new season kicks off. I apologise because I'm here slightly under false pretenses because sort of my debate with Will Duffy kicked off sort of a bit of a response and a reaction, and I just wanted to explain some things because some of this I feel is blowing back on you actually.
Okay.
In that people feel that it's okay to criticise somebody just because they hold religious opinions. And that's never been anything that I've believed. In fact, I've always believed quite the opposite. I've actually thought that if there is a God, God cannot really care that much about the details of religious worship. And certainly, you know, I think that, you know, we need to draw very clear lines here. You know, Will is entitled to his religious opinion. Will's entitled to be a young Earth creationist if he so wants. But the thing I think where we do need to draw a line is when Will is engaged in activism for imposing his religious beliefs as law. That's something that I'm strenuously opposed to. It's not what laws are for, and so I do think that is.
I want to say, it's not what laws are for in many countries, but there are countries that are, and I don't like those countries, but those countries, the laws are for religion.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, sort of, I think as a Christian, you would understand that, you know, sort of if a bunch of Muslims came into the United States and started wanting to impose their religion as law, you know, that wouldn't be something you'd be interested in. So, yeah. So I just think that I want to express, you know, sort of a lot of people go hard on you for being a religious person. I was a religious person for most of my adult life, I made it a point never to sort of interfere with my scientific credibility, and I can see that you don't either. You're a man of great honesty and integrity, and I think that anybody who's criticizing you, you know, just on the basis of, you know, you're a Christian, I really think that that's a very negative thing, and as a community, we should be better than that, right? I disagree with Will on a great many things. Will seems a decent person in many respects. There are some things that Will does that I disagree violently with, but you know, we need to distinguish between individuals and religions, and we need to distinguish between, you know, right to religion and trying to impose religion as legislation.
Well said.
Yeah, and
yeah.
and I just have great respect for what Will achieved with the final experiment. But and I just wanted to clarify what my position was, because I have noticed in the comments that people are going, well, what about Toon? Toon, to my knowledge, has never used his religion to come to a counterfactual position or to enforce his religious beliefs on others. So I don't see the problem there.
Yeah. Doing this has changed my position on several things personally. Like I don't put it out there a whole bunch, but it certainly has affected how I think about things and religion and how they interact with reality and our position on it and what it should be, how it relates to our views on reality.
Yeah, and like I say, I apologise because this stream is actually about something else. And I come in here sort of hijacking it, but I did also want to say the Punta Arena Tourist Board should be paying you guys because you're making it look like a place that's well worth visiting just because it's beautiful and scenic with very friendly locals.
It absolutely is. I loved Punta Arena. It is on its own a fantastic place to go, worth the trip.
Yeah, and did they talk to you about sort of going up into the Patagonian national parks or seeing any of the glaciers or anything?
They did not. We didn't we didn't talk to any tourism place. We talked to ALE, but all of our conversation with ALE was about the trip. They're very focused on that. And I don't know, maybe there are people that come there a lot and they're like, hey, where else should we go? But our liaisons were good. Like we'd ask them things and they could tell, like, where should we go if we want to buy some electronics gear? Is there a mall around? Okay. They're like, oh, here's the mall. And here, there's places to go, and it's a second world country, there's slums, there's places to not go. And and they know. So,
well, I mean, the same is true of pretty much anywhere, right? Any city is going to have its more salubrious and its more, it's less salubrious portions. So that's true of anywhere. But it really, just from sort of the stuff you've shown, the locals seem extremely friendly, and their English is much better than my Spanish.
I did not have any challenges with the language there. All the restaurants, they spoke good enough English. The stores, they spoke good enough English. The hotels, of course, they are all good enough to, right? They know their clientele in the hotels, or the hotel, the one hotel. Even the shop. So we did go to a mall one day, and one of the guys, I talked to maybe 3 or 4 different shops I talked to. And like, if they had 2 staff or 3 staff, one of them could handle it. Like I'd start talking, right, and they'd like, oh, hold on. They'd bring somebody over. So it was great.
Yeah. And was this sort of Will's first trip to South America? Do you know?
He's traveled quite a bit. So I suspect he's been, I don't know if I can say. I would say it's likely that he's been to South America before. He probably mentioned it, but it's slipping my mind.
Yep. And you missed my chat about you guys eating in the same restaurant as Vladimir Putin and General Pinochet.
I did see that chat.
And you glossed that over, I feel. When the Inquisitors come to ask you, they're going to make this association, trust me, how are you going to defend yourself?
I say, who's Pinochet? I have no idea who that is. You have no idea who Augustin Pinochet was. Correct.
Oh, okay. And you went to Chile. He was a right-wing dictator, guilty of torture and repression.
In Chile?
Yes, I think in Chile.
Oh, sounds like a
but I'm
terrible
not
person.
Sorry, I may be wrong about the country that he's from. Yes.
Was he from Austria too?
No, he was from he was from Chile. So yeah.
Okay.
There was a whole thing about his extradition. Actually, I think the US wanted to extradite him from England, where he went for medical treatment.
Oh, not for asylum.
Yeah.
I mean, England's if you're trying to get away from the United States, England is not the place to go for asylum.
Yes.
Rumor is if you're in South America, you just head up to Venezuela, right?
Well, yes, but if you're in need of quality medical care, that might not be the place you want to go. I think
you make a
getting
good point.
quality medical care was his primary aim. But yes, there's a lot of human rights abuses associated with Augusto Pinochet. That's a very dark chapter of Chilean history. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I completely, obviously, very much missed all of that. That they had both eaten at that restaurant.
Well, that's what the guy was saying to you.
Yeah,
or at least
the accused French-looking guy, because he had a beret-looking headgear.
That wasn't a beret. That was. It's not a beret.
I know.
That's a little. It was a little cap with a tassel. I actually was sort of. He didn't seem to mind when the tassel bobbed around. Like it would bug the hell out of me if the tassel kept on doing that. But he didn't seem to care. Like clearly a veteran of wearing tasseled hats.
He was just such a cute guy. He was so nice and just yeah. All right. Well,
and what was his name?
I don't know.
You see, that's why he kept on repeating it.
I know.
He kept on repeating it, and he still didn't get it. Jeez, what's a man got to do?
Somebody wrote it down. Even it's probably off. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
It's probably. I'm never gonna find it.
Did you not get a card?
Or did
only Will get a card?
I got a card. And when I put all my receipts in my wallet, and then when I got back, I just I had the George Costanza wallet when I got back.
Mm-hmm.
So I emptied it out. I put it in a box where I put all my receipts in the closet there. So that's where it probably is over there. Renee from Paris with a cap and tassel. Jose Manuel Calafate.
Right.
There we go.
Okay, well, you've been saved by Hillside there.
Thank you, Hillside. So, I debated a flatty called Hillside. I don't think this is the same Hillside.
I'm pretty sure it isn't.
Yeah.
But Hillside is a religious. It's a kind of flaky Christian religious denomination. Our former prime minister used to was a Hillside advocate and actually introduced them to I think Trump in his first presidency. But yeah, they're quite dodgy. So
I've also heard of Hillsong, but that's a musical thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, maybe I'm wrong, and it is Hillsong.
Tiles said I thought that was Hillsong, so maybe it is Hillsong.
Yes. Right. Yep. Okay.
Look at that. Shoebill just posted. Look what Shoebill posted in Discord.
Okay. Let me.
I have been anxiously waiting for that.
Where should I be looking?
Well, you could look on my live stream. You could look at my live stream. It's in general, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So, yes. Well, that's the trailer. You haven't been watching your WhatsApp, if that's new to you.
No, I have been.
Okay.
So Will sent. All right, I have more information than I let on, and I don't say things on purpose because it's not time to be saying them yet. So I knew the trailer was going to be going out tomorrow. At least that was the plan, and I didn't say it because it wasn't yet public knowledge. So now with public knowledge, I can mention it. So he posted it hours ago. So there you go. I was at the Ultimate Frisbee game.
Well, there you are. You had the perfect excuse.
I have an excuse.
I've done some research, and Hillside Church and Hillsong Church are both things.
Okay.
But I was thinking of Hillsong as the more wackadoodle.
Okay. That does sound more familiar to me, at least.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, Hillsong Church in Australia, as Bruce Wolford is saying, Hillsong Church in Australia is the one to be wary of. They're a kind of a crazy-ish bunch.
Meat Permits Tad says Hillside is a local church collective in the PNW.
Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah, in the U.S. Okay. There was a money issue with them that cost their leader his job, but they're not weirder than most Protestants.
Speaking as a former Catholic, yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Catholic.
I was, yes.
Ah, okay.
Very much.
Very nice.
As an atheist now, at least I disbelieve in the right God.
Well, you've got that going for you, which is good.
Exactly.
So are you all right? That there's the classifications. There's agnostic and there's atheist. There's definitely disbelieve in the existence at all versus I haven't seen any evidence, so I don't have a positive belief about it.
My position is that I think that the evidence is consistent with God existing and being moral. So I'm not undecided. I will change my mind if further evidence comes to pass. But I think that the willingness of people to lie and do evil, to advocate their church's policies, kind of speaks against prayer being real in any sense. You can't be communicating with somebody who has access to the truth. So that's and the fact that I'm an ex-Catholic, kind of gives away the game that I was very unhappy with a lot of the things that the Catholic Church was doing and lying about. But I see similar tendencies in other religious organizations. So. Mr. X, Mr. Y.
I want to give it first. Steve Skiba joined the Discord server, is wondering what to do. So there's this. If you scroll this side here, I have a lot. There's all these extra discussions here. If you keep going all the way past that, you get down to voice debate text, and then waiting room. Just click on waiting room. That's where you'll be able to join in and talk with us. All right, go ahead, Tony.
I was more or less finished.
Okay.
Just sort of the shenanigans that all religious organisations get up to sort of give me pause. But Mr. X, Mr. Y says religion has done way more harm than good. I'm not sure that I would agree with that necessarily. I don't think that I don't think that eradicating religion is going to make everybody all of a sudden singing Kumbaya and hanging out and with garlands of flowers. Humans.
I think we see that, right? We see that Flatzoid is a horrible person, and he's not a horrible person. I don't think he's a horrible person because of religion. I think he's a horrible person, and religion hasn't made him a better person.
Yeah, exactly so.
And without religion, he would still be a horrible person, but he would use something else in relation to his horribleness.
Exactly so. There's a South Park episode where sort of there are different brands of atheism that are having sort of a schism in the far future. Because humans will pick fights. Whenever there's a concentration of wealth or power, people will institute doctrinal fights and struggles in order to control that wealth and power. That's just what's going to happen. It's because wealth and power are desirable. And Clive Wells says that the only real religion is Sith. I'm skeptical, but I guess if Clive Wells says it, he is arguing from authority. So
it's hard to argue with that.
It is hard to argue. Yes.
All right. Where is so I want it. So Steven Skiba was
Is he any relation? Do we know?
No. Rob
Skiba.
Skiba's son is Jeremiah, unless he has multiple sons that I'm not aware of. I mean, I'm not an expert on his offspring. So.
Cap Q57. I'm afraid Cthulhu is just a bad choice. Bad choice.
So, yeah, there it is. Steven Skiba joined. Right there. And there's the waiting room where he has not yet popped in. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm always anxious to welcome in detractors.
Well,
right.
Yeah, and I think this is the real difference, right? Okay.
Oh,
Steven Skiba says that he's driving. Yes.
Awesome.
Don't stream and drive. It's dangerous. It's too many people, including flat earthers, do stuff while they're driving, and I feel like they shouldn't.
It isn't the trend currently, but for all too long, the trend was flatties in cars doing vertical video.
Yes. While in motion, and it seemed like a bad.
Mikey Smith still does. He live streams while he's driving. Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Mikey and his
poor old Mikey.
He's so goofy. He might be watching. I think he watches all my videos. Hi, Mikey.
Yes. Hi, Mikey. He's sort of the individual, who might be well advised to switch exclusively to sporks when he's eating.
Or if he does use a fork, be sure to put a cork on the end of it, and wear an eye patch.
And wear an eye patch. That's exactly where I was going. Are you thinking of Steve Martin, or
Ruprecht is the name you're looking for.
Yes. One of the great films, I think.
I love that movie, and if you don't know the name of that movie, don't tell anybody. Don't type it. Let the people who don't know go find it. If you're scratching your head thinking, what is this fork with the cork and an eye patch and Steve Martin? Oh my gosh, Peter Markley. I told you not to.
Markley.
Peter, you're grounded. Jeez. Go to your room. Let me read this. Jack Fetter says, 35-year engineer, MS, put my kid through college. This was when we were talking about web browsers. So was MS Microsoft?
Yes, MS is Microsoft.
In this context.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think so.
So it sounds like he's a Microsoft engineer. I mean, but that sounds like it was back when Microsoft were the bad guys. Before we realized that, as soon as they were in, it has similarities to politics or religion. As soon as Apple were the bigger market share, they became just as bad, if not worse, right? So it kind of goes to show
who's the bad guy? Whoever's biggest, right?
Yes, whoever's biggest. And I feel like we're already buying into a fiction by saying there's only one bad guy.
That's a good point. Charlie Welch says hi. Hi. Steve from Wormhaven says Donkey is proving the legitimacy of the stream. 100% authentic footage. If you had smell-o-vision, you would all know. Why do dog farts smell so bad? Oh, and you know what? This is for you, Tony. You're going to like this question. Hold on, I'm going to type it first. Do you like... So, do you like your own brand?
Not particularly, no.
I think you got the idea. Do you like your own brand of farts, people? Do you smell yours and you're like, oh yeah, that's all right. I'm kind of digging that. Versus, oh, that's terrible. Just as bad as everybody else's.
It depends. Sometimes they're worse.
And it's not a slam dunk for no.
No, it isn't. I noticed there was at least one yes in there. So somebody's.
It's 40% yes.
I feel that's at least 2 out of 5, and I voted. So, just.
Did you vote no?
I did vote no. Yes.
Now, of course, this is an anonymous poll. There's no way for us to know who voted yes. But those of you who voted yes, you voted with me.
Oh, God.
Max is here. How you doing, Max? Max's stream just ended, it seems, and they've all joined in. Welcome, everybody. Make sure to vote in the poll. Let's see. We got Kevin Venture tilde Philippines says, MC doing live. Plot twist: shadows hate the sun and are not going to live by its rules anymore.
That's right.
Groundhog Day rocks.
Cool.
That's a movie you want to watch on a very long flight many times. Meat Permits Tad says, just got home from work. Is the Earth still a globe? It still is a globe. We didn't even talk about it today at all, but we do have the third Duras sister has showed up. Let me read. I got 2 more. Rossi says, I am atheist in relation to every theism, certain that the God or gods of every theism are fiction. I am agnostic, don't know, regarding all gods, including those humanity has never conceived. Okay. And then Jack Vetter says Apple was never the biggest market share in OSs. It never was, but they, I don't know if they still are, but they for quite a while were the most highly valued company on the globe for a while.
I think that might be, maybe it's not. I was going to say Tesla. Tesla is certainly the most overvalued company. In the sense that objectively, their current value suggests that they're more valuable than every other car company on the planet put together, which just can't be true. Like, as much as you might like them, they can't be worth more than all the other car companies put together.
I was somebody at work was talking about he likes to play the market, and he's like, I was in, I was out, I bought low, I bought high, I sold like he's telling us all about the wrong stuff he did, and he's like, I bought at this, and then I got screwed, and I'm like, because they went down, right? And he thought he bought the dip. This is what the point was. He thought he bought the dip on Tesla, and he's like, I got screwed. And I go, what did you buy at? And I don't know what number he gave. He gave a number. Yeah. And I pull it up. I go, oh, they're up. Like, it had gone down and come back up since then in a day. And he's a salesman, and at work. Right. And he's like, if you've watched the Dukes of Hazzard, Uncle Jesse described him perfectly. He's a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. That's it. He's super
Right.
nervous about
Okay.
everything. So
Yeah.
we're like, oh, you made money so far, and he was kicking himself. Like, calm down.
Yes, I think that well, I just checked, and Google, and who wouldn't trust Google, tells me that Microsoft is the most valuable company,
Oh, currently, okay.
ahead of slightly ahead of Apple and Amazon.
All right.
But whatever.
Does the third Duras sister have anything to say?
Yeah, I have a question. I was wondering if you might ever get ALE staff on your show and do an interview.
Oh, that'd be fun. I would guess very much that that Carlos would be happy. They're seasonal. Those that work in Punta Arenas, they're the liaisons for several months, and a lot of them don't live in Punta Arenas. So the other one that we worked with, Kati, was not from Punta Arenas. She's only there during the summer. So
There were a few who asked not to be filmed,
yeah,
weren't there?
Kati at the meal the day before we left, was talking and specifically talking with Whitsitt about whether or not you're allowed to really explore Antarctica. And it was crazy that this one, right? It's always fun watching somebody smack down Whitsitt, and she just smacked him over and over again because he's talking about Antarctica as if he knows, to somebody that actually knows thousands of people that have gone to Antarctica.
Yeah, and plenty of the stuff that's happened in Antarctica. The various expeditions that have gone coast to coast, that have explored the mountains. The expedition. There's an expedition at the moment. I'm not sure how far progressed it is. That is trying to get a 1,000,000-year-old ice core. The current oldest ice core we have is from Antarctica, but it's only 880,000 years. And sort of only 880,000 years. But which is like 7 or 8 Milankovitch cycles.
What's a Milankovitch cycle?
So a Milankovitch cycle is it's a combination of the ellipticity, the axial tilt, and the sort of the I've forgotten what the third parameter is, but the combination of these parameters affects Earth's climate.
Precession.
And they said, well, precession has got to be one, I guess, and the degree of axial tilt and the ellipticity, and these factors combine on a period of about 110 to 120,000 years, and this is what drives the glacial cycles. The period of the glacial cycles. So you get these interglacial periods, these warm interglacial periods like we're in now, and then you get these very cold glacial maxima where sea level is much lower. Each one of those is called a Milankovitch cycle, and actually they're scientifically interesting because about 1,000,000 years ago, their period changed. The period of ice ages used to be about 40,000 years. So it used to be dominated, not by precession. I think it was ellipticity that was the dominant effect. And now all of a sudden we've sort of got these 120,000 year ones.
But Tony, have you ever considered that all that ice was put there by the flood?
I have considered that possibility. Yeah, it doesn't seem that likely to me, but there you go. There is a very interesting sort of data set from Oman. Actually, this is global. You find these global glacial deposits everywhere, pretty much everywhere. China, Canada, Death Valley, Sweden, Brazil, everywhere, Namibia, and Oman, you find these glacial deposits. And in Oman, the glacial deposits are 2 kilometers thick, and it's this very fine silt that has sort of drop stones in it. And you just go, okay, when did that happen? When was Oman under an ice sheet for long enough that 2 kilometers of glacial debris could form? And we know the answer. The answer was during the snowball Earth phase, or the Cryogenian period, which was pre-Cambrian. So,
good evening.
Good evening, Brenda.
I have to correct a scurrilous lie by PhD Tony.
Oh, no.
Scurrilous. Yeah. Milokovic cycle, as everybody knows, is 1 bottle of vodka followed by a couple-hour nap.
All right. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, Mike, to Mr. Toon, or MC.
Please call me Mike. It's okay.
Okay. We learned today on the Drunk to Bunk show that Dearth told us this, and so it's got to be true. Which is that the sun that you saw in Antarctica was created by Microsoft, and I'm curious if you heard the Microsoft startup tone.
I have heard it. Oh, when we were there, did we hear it?
In Antarctica, did you hear it?
Because they were booting up Windows 95 when we landed. I don't recall, but the jet engines might have drowned it out.
Yeah.
That would be exactly the sort of sneaky thing they do, is wait for the jets to be overhead and then.
Clive Wells says surely it was Sun Microsystems.
Very good.
Currently owned by Oracle now. Wow, good call.
I tried to count the number of times that Flat Earth Dave said that the Flat Earth experiment was created for him.
Oh my gosh!
But I lost count. I'm sorry.
The ego that he has.
Yeah.
It wasn't created for him. He was the one that won the poll by a small percentage.
I understand that I've brought up religion a few times this stream and it's unwarranted, but for the religious people in the chat, how many of you think that David Weiss is actually a Christian?
Oh no, he doesn't claim that. He describes himself as a spiritual person. And his heritage is Jewish, but before Flat Earth, he was a non-practicing Jew. So I imagine he goes to bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs on occasion for relatives.
I think Flat Earth Dave's
for a free meal.
Flat Earth Dave's religion is whatever it takes to make the sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get the same vibe that I get with it, that it's all an act because it just tugs at the heartstrings of their audience.
You get that with Witsit?
Yeah.
I do not.
I don't think he's like a genuine believer. He just does that because it pulls the audience in. I have a question about the trip.
Sure.
So feel free to not answer it because it's a weird question, but you're the only one I have confidence enough to ask this. They showed, or you guys showed on the trip, that they have 2 toilets, one for solids, one for liquids.
Yes.
And I've been racking my brain how that would come about, and I'm guessing that would be kind of hard. Anything you could enlighten me with that, because I just can't.
Like it would be difficult to do the necessary.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Well, going number 1 only is common.
Yes, but when you go number 2, you typically also go number 1.
Yeah. Well,
so that's
just so you know,
I'm so sorry,
Max. Just so you know, I love this topic. Do not apologize. I am very much too much. I don't go into that topic here. But if you spend time with me in person and we just, it's gonna come up anyway. I mean, yes, when you're really working out a doozy that's been, it doesn't want to come out, and you're giving a grunt, you're going to get some number ones that come with it as a bonus, right?
Right.
But not the majority of it. So you go to the number 1 and you go to your number ones, and then so they had, the men's room had a urinal and a seat, and the women's room had 2 seats. And then there were some that were both also had 2 seats.
Okay.
And so you go in the men's one, you stand into the urinal, and then you turn around and have a seat. And there's a little bonus, but for the most part, it's just solids that you look, and they're frozen too. That's the other thing is, they don't treat that to keep it thawed.
Right.
It goes in there and freezes. So you go in the bathrooms, and there was no odor, because all of it, if you go in an outhouse, especially in the summer, you go in an outhouse, you're like, woo, no good.
Right.
But no problem at all, because it was frozen.
Interesting.
But the liquids they keep thawed, they must add some sort of a something to keep it from freezing, because they had these large bins, and you saw it. Well, McFlatty discovered them.
Yes.
So
Decanted later for the Flurfs?
Yes.
I can imagine Santos would see that and would go like,
Yeah, num. But those were not frozen. They're sitting out. So they had the outhouses, the whole line of outhouses there had right behind it an excavated area of the snow where it was lower. So the pipe came out the back of the outhouse and then went down to the container. And then it's some sort of antifreeze that they have in it. But and then next to in the front of the outhouses, right to the side of it, and if you look at some of the, when I do the same thing as I did today for when we're in Antarctica, you'll see this. It's sitting there, and that's what you pour. If you bring it with you to your tent, you got to use it in the middle of the night.
right.
That's where you pour it into, is in that container there. So.
Peter Markey said, my wife also says, what if the number 2 is more liquid than solid? And that will be my final question, and I'll leave you guys.
My guess is don't put it into the number 1. Especially oh my gosh. Okay, there's a website, I think it's gone, but it was urinalpoop.com, where they were challenging people to take a number 2 in a urinal and post it on their website. So, don't do it there. Don't do it there. But seriously, this website did exist, and they gave hints on it. Like, hey, it's good to have a wingman, have them stand outside. And in case somebody wants to come by, like either warn you or prevent them from coming in. And while you got to drop trow and, back it up to the urinal in order to make it happen. So anyway.
All right. Thank you so much. Love you, everyone.
You're
Take
welcome.
care. Everyone in the audience. I need to poop to go to bed. Take care. Bye-bye.
I feel I've learnt more about your internet search history than I really wanted to, Michael. And I hope you don't mind me saying that.
So while we're waiting, if anybody else has questions, please do ask them, because this will prevent me from going on to my next topic here.
I did look up when Punta Arenas was founded.
Okay.
I answered my own question. It was 1848.
Oh, much later than I thought.
Much later.
Now,
and
Magellan was there before then.
He was
In
there
the
before
vicinity,
then.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think he was still around in the 1800s.
Yeah, he didn't die until the Philippines. So he definitely made it this far.
Okay, so let me tell you this. You know, if you eat corn, what do you see the next day? Corn. So who has ever thought, what if I eat nothing but corn? Who's thought that? Put your hand up right now. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. So what do you do if you have that kind of question? Well, you have to test it. So I tested it. Yeah, Speedy News Network is out. Anyway, I tested it, and turns out it's orange. There you go. I won't tell more. There's more to that story. I won't tell it now. Larry Scott says, I posted the trailer round. You can guess the response. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look over on the Earth Awakening server. See what they...
Man, I've been banned from there for so long.
Yeah.
Can't get back in.
Oh, there you go. Jesse Path of Light posted WWF with Austin Thompson. Right there. That was yesterday. 2 days ago. No, it was yesterday. I'm looking for the trailer link.
So Austin Thompson sounds like some sort of hybrid of Austin Whitsett and Nathan Thompson, or is this an individual?
That's the problem. It is neither. It's an escapee. So there it is.
So
There is
someone's
Shoebill posted it there. He got 3 thumbs ups. There we go.
Well, you know, QE is in the politics server.
Yeah. Right now?
I believe so. A few minutes ago he was.
Yeah, I don't want to get my channel banned because he's so vile.
Yeah.
Roger Shoemaker says, I want to join a Flurf server for the lulz. Well, Earth Awakenings is the place to go. They're not as toxic as some of the others.
Well, they make it up with in loopiness.
Yeah, I mean they're a happier, friendlier kind of loopiness.
Yeah.
Meat Permits Tad has joined. Did you
Hello.
bring your permit?
They're all in the back. You got to meet me outside after the stream, and then you can buy one.
Okay, sounds good. Did you have a question, or did you want to talk about poo?
I did not want to talk about poo.
Okay.
I did have a quick question. How's Jonathan doing after all this?
He's been heads down on the documentary.
Okay.
So how is he doing? He was on my channel a while ago.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and people have asked him, like, he was on Flatsoy's channel, he was on several, and he told us, like, he's told us otherwise, like, the documentary is where he gives his response to the trip.
Okay.
So whatever it is, that's when we'll get his response. So
Do we have any idea on timing on that?
March.
Okay.
Yeah, last month.
So
no.
All right.
So the trailer comes out tomorrow. I think the trailer really is like the beginning of the next phase of it, right? Because I don't know any of how this is done. How do you get a documentary to somebody that might want to, have the rights to distribute it? I don't know that process, but I think the trailer is part of that process that really makes it possible. So if maybe there's a really big response to it, then the right people will come along and say, hey, looks like you're getting a good response. We'd like it. We'd like to, exclusive distribution rights for 1 year. That'd be super. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know people who make short films and even like feature films, and even then, like it can sit on a shelf for 6 to 8 months, even if it's good, and then eventually someone will come along and be like, "Hey, I'll give you a couple bucks, and if you let me distribute this." So, yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, good to know. He seems like an all right dude, and just wanted to pop in and also say thanks again for doing all this, because standing up for the truth is important.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's my treat. It's absolutely, I loved going. So thank you to everybody that made it possible. Really.
So Jared and Austin had final cut privileges. Have Jared mentioned anything about the film that he's seen?
So they saw the trailer. They needed to give their approval to the trailer. So I don't know the details of really much of it, but as far as I know, Jared probably is like, go ahead. And Lisbeth is also part of that. So those three had the same contract. Or similar or something like that. So they probably all get the whatever. So I know that they all saw it. Something I haven't had. I haven't had the privilege of. So, and I did not ask Will. I did not say, hey, what about it? Did you show it to me? It didn't. I'm like, I'll wait. I'll watch with everybody tomorrow. So. There you go. Shoebill's here. How you doing, Shoebill?
Doing okay.
Yeah. Do you see the up on the shelf here? What I have?
Oh, your museum piece?
Yeah, it's where is it? It's up there. Oh, there's no contrast. It's right there. I'll grab it. Hold on. It's super heavy. It's a lot of iron. Oh, wrong screen. Okay. So there it is. It's a theodolite. And I got it on Facebook Marketplace by a guy, and I asked him, well, why did you have it? He said his grandpa had it. He worked at some company that I kind of recognized the name of. And it sat there, and he's thought, well, maybe somebody would have better use than to just sit in a box in his house. So there it is.
Well, it's in good condition. What's the bottom look like where it mounts to tripod?
It's pretty good. The threads are on the inside, and so it's not a common. Shoebill educated me on all this, right? So it's not a common mount.
Yeah, some of those tripods are kind of hard to find. Yeah.
So anyway, and the scale there, I don't know if I can make it so you can really see it, but there's a scale there for the azimuth angle, and then there's a scale here. Sorry, azimuth here, and zenith angle here, right there. So, yeah, you can turn it and see it there. But you know what? Oh, it doesn't. This scale is moving with. Yeah, something's not right because it's moving with it.
Well, there should be two locks. There's a lock. It's because the protractor can be locked to the base, or it can be locked to the scope.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that makes more sense.
So you bring the alidade to 0 on the protractor, lock the upper.
Wait, what's an alidade?
Well, that's the telescope and the trunnion. That's what is everything above the protractor.
Okay, so the protractor is this.
Yeah, the engraved scale.
Okay,
is the protractor. So you zero it up by aligning, if for azimuth, by aligning the index on the upper part to the 0 on the engraved. You lock it. Then when you sweep it to put on a distant target, you lock the lower one.
Oh, there's a knob here to lock that one. Okay.
And then you unlock the upper one. Then as you sweep the telescope around, the plate stays put.
Okay. And you're not seeing this because there isn't enough light in here. So unfortunately, that's kind of cool. And then this one, you can't do the rotate around and plunge to fix for
not being able to totally, to make a complete direct and reverse. That's what makes it a construction transit.
I see. David Brock says, I have a tripod that would likely fit that. Do you know the brand? David Brock is an instructor at the University of Alaska.
All you need to know is the gross diameter of the thread.
Berber.
So they have like 3.5 inch or 4 inch threads. But then there would be David White and Berger and half a dozen others who were all used as, it's semi-standard. And it's just archaic. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody's done that since the 60s.
All right. The inside diameter, 3 1/4. A little more than 3 1/4, but less than 3 1/2. I don't know what you measure. The outside diameter of this thing is more than 3 1/2. So maybe the inside of the threads is probably 3 1/2.
Well, there's not going to be a lot of variation. So if that's what you said, 3 3/4 or so.
Yeah. So the threads have like teeth, right? There's the jagged, right?
So
the outside,
I think it's like I think that's what they call the 4 inch. And if his tripod is the 4 inch, then there's not going to be a big variety.
Yeah.
I think there was a smaller one that might have been 3 inch, and then that one.
Anyway, I just think it's kind of cool sitting up on the shelf there.
At least it's prettier than could have been, because it's clean and it's not scratched up. And
it came in a case. So, and then these dials here, is this for leveling? Right, there's 4.
Oh, those are the leveling feet.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you get it on the tripod, you'll know.
Yeah.
That's how you level it, and you turn them. You adjust those. You adjust those feet, but you adjust them 2 at a time. You adjust the opposite, that screw, and the one opposite.
Oh, okay.
And then it's called thumbs in, thumbs out, and you loosen one, tighten the other, and that'll rock it left and right.
I see.
And then you do the other side, and you got to make sure that if you leave one of those, because it's 4, which is stupid. Anything newer has the 3, because tripod. But with that, you got to be careful not to leave one of the screws loose where it'll rock, and then you can overdo it and make it too tight, and then you can't do anything. So there's a little bit of an art to that, and it's called thumbs in, thumbs out. You turn them 2 at a time. You're loosening one, tightening the other, and that causes it to rock or tilt.
So
it'll become pretty obvious if you get a tripod. You mess with it for a little bit, and there's YouTubes on it.
Yeah. How old is it? Asks who asked?
I'm guessing mid 60s.
Yeah, where's my phone? There it is. I'm gonna see if there's any serial number.
Is it a wood box or a fiberglass box?
It's a wood box, I think.
Yeah, that definitely puts it back, in the 60s.
Berber, Boston, Massachusetts. I'm gonna get a picture of it. I'll post it. See if there's a way to identify it. Here we go.
Yeah, that looks like the same one that I thought Heffron was using.
Oh, really? He used a old
Yeah.
one like this? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, I saw a picture posted of it, and the brochure said, "Oh, it's the best, level theodolite out there." And so everybody said, that that instrument was superior to anything I could have. And as a construction transit, it may be the best because it's rugged. It does what you need to do for the money. That makes it best. The word theodolite, not so much.
Yeah.
Because I was looking up the specs on those, and they don't even give an angle accuracy for the zenith, because that's like secondary to what it's trying to do.
Oh,
you're supposed to get it leveled up, and I believe in the level position there might be a lock, and then that's what you're doing. You're setting concrete forms, but you can unlock it and get a vertical angle. And if you're only going, a couple hundred feet or something, it'd be pretty good.
Right.
But that's a handful of an instrument if you really try to nail something.
Yeah. And
Because
yeah,
if you try to do a star with it, it's probably limited to like 25 degrees
25 degrees
of vertical angle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't go very far. So that's it. Oh. All right, so there's the model number, Berber 3T1651. So this is all that it can go up. That's not even 45.
Yeah, and in the when we had that discussion, I posted a couple of other sales things, and I thought it's something with some specs.
All right, it does not get to 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's only
27.
intended.
Yeah.
You might want to loosen that upper lock.
This one here.
I don't know. I'm looking on YouTube.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that to adjust. There it is.
Well,
okay.
no. Well, when you're tilting the scope, it looked like it was kind of still half locked.
Yeah, 28 degrees is So this seems to
That's
adjust.
the focus knob.
This?
Well,
this?
I'm looking on I'm on YouTube, so
yeah.
it's
There's
like,
a delay. Yeah. So there's
the lock.
The
Yeah.
small one's
See,
the
does
lock.
that turn easier now?
Oh yeah, way easier. And so the farthest down it can go is also 27 or so degrees. That's it.
Yeah, it's only meant to pick off like a bridge clearance.
Yeah, not very much. Anyway. All right.
So if he has a 4-inch head tripod, then that's what's going to fit.
Yeah. I don't. I think you're right though. If I wanted to actually go and measure stuff, I'd either rent one or get a
Yeah, because
all
the money and effort is all the money and effort is to get on site. So you bring you bring your best.
Yeah. So what's the Wild T3?
Yeah.
Is that kind of the good one?
Yeah, that's kind of like that's kind of still the state of the art
for analog.
Well, yeah, but digital is not better.
Yeah, just easier.
See, the T3 has a direct reading of 0.2 arc seconds, and yes, it's analog.
Okay.
So yeah, there's some stuff to it, but a digital one is not going to be any more precise. It just brings it to screen so you can write it down easier, or electronically send it to like an electronic logbook.
Yeah, your data collection is easier.
Yeah, so at sub arc second, you're kind of at the asymptote. You can't get better because the crosshairs are 4 arc seconds wide.
Oh, yeah, that's something. And Meat Permits Ted says the theodolite isn't for star sighting, but they do use them for star sighting. That's how
except the wild T3 is called astrotheodolite. No, it's absolutely theodolites and Polaris for azimuth and the sun for azimuth. That's standard operating procedure.
Okay. This one I tried looking through, and it's tough to look through. Really hard to look through. The hole is just a tiny pinhole almost. That's it.
Yeah, you got to get up close. The field of view on most instruments is only like 1.5 degrees.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I was hoping for some flatties to query, and the Steven never popped in. So Steven Skiba, don't know if there's any relation to Rob. So Witsit Spitsit says I'm still waiting for the Wi-Fi password. Renee NME says, please ask Shoebill that I asked how long he's been a flat earther. Shoebill, how long have you been a flat earther?
I was probably a flat earther for maybe 4 or 5 years when I was 8 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, did you, on the poll, Shoebill, did you answer yes or no?
Oh, I didn't respond to that. I didn't see the poll.
The poll is, do you like your own brand?
No, I didn't. But I didn't respond to that one either.
But what's your answer?
I'm not. It does not. And we're not going. Hello.
Third Durat sister, what did you vote?
No comment.
No comment. You see, I don't know why people are so. It's all right. It's okay. David Brock says, I think the T3 and T4 specs are getting mixed up.
Oh no. No, the T3 is definitely 0.2 arc second reading.
And what about the T4?
It might be 0.1 or 0.05.
Okay.
The T4 is like a world of different instrument. But the T3, that swept the whole industry for decades.
But is the T4 better?
Well, the T4 is highly specialized specifically for zenith transiting of stars.
Oh, okay. Max says, what's the poll about? I didn't answer because I didn't know what it was referring to. So the context, Max, is, do you like your own brand of fart? Do you actually enjoy it? So feel free, everybody, to just volunteer your answer in the chat with a yes or no. While you're typing that, Rossi says, what defines the start of an interglacial period? That's a good question for PhD Tony. Yeah. Maximum or minimum? Oh, there's Shuba posted something. What's this one?
That's
3?
the T4.
That's the 4. Okay. That's hold on.
That's the kind of instrument that only government agencies could afford.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't get, now, this is the T3, and I have 2 of these. And that's the industry standard for first order triangulation. So,
okay.
Like the instruments they were using in the 1900, that 1890 survey,
yeah.
When this came along in about 1932, immediately retired all those other instruments.
All right. But now some of those from the western part of the transcontinental triangulation, they were using like 18-inch long telescopes on them. So how would this compare?
Yeah, but when
to
they
those?
say an 18-inch,
yeah,
that's talking about the diameter of the engraved circle.
I thought it was the length of the telescope.
No, that's because the engine, the engraving for the degrees.
Okay.
The bigger the diameter, the more fine you can read it.
Okay.
So they're describing the engine divided circle as being 18 inches.
Some people will say it's not the diameter of the engraving, but it's the sweep of the scope that matters.
Yeah, well, No, the diameter of the circle is everything.
No humor from you at all. She will be able nothing.
I tried. Well, I don't. You got to understand.
It just
you got to
blew past
understand.
that. It's just
I've been on EA too long.
Well, yeah, flat earthers have a great way of killing a sense of humor. All right. Powdered sugar donut dog farts are the worst. Do you feed your dog powdered sugar donuts and then you wait for the smell? Ooh, that does sound bad. Tori Hanzo says, I will remember TFE forever. Really appreciate that you all did that. Well, thank you very much, Tori. It was absolutely my honor to do it. Flat Earth Funeral says, my farts are in the Hall of Fame. Meat Permits Tad says, much like a dog, I fart, then leave the room, so no. Wow, who voted yes? I don't have any of the yeses in here. Who did let's see. Steel City JW says, yes, sometimes I'm like Jesus. What died up there? Oh my gosh. Jack Fetter says urine needs a container. Of course it does. Raza 43 says, thanks for all the knowledge and laughs, Tune. Off to bed I go. Peace. Thank you, Raza, for popping in. Meat Permis Tad. I read that one about the fart in a dog. Okay. What is this one? Is this a T3?
Yes. That's the Indian geodetic survey, and they use that to resurvey Mount Everest.
Oh, that's cool. Very nice.
I mean, that's about it. Like I said, the T3 is about as high as you're going to go. I mean, electronic is not better. We're at the asymptote.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and a lot of, there's only so much you can do if you're going through air as well, because it does add some challenges. What about the electronic ones where it's motorized and it'll sweep to a target?
Yeah, that's highly advantageous in a production scenario.
Yeah.
That's what they call faster, cheaper. I don't know about better.
Okay.
And then that picture there is my T2.
So what's this box on the side?
That's actually D-cell batteries.
Oh my goodness. Why are there D-cell batteries there?
Because there's an incandescent lamp you can use to illuminate the circle. It's in that cone of the base. The circle is glass. And so you either can use a little mirror and bring sunlight up through the glass, or you can illuminate it with a lamp. So, because if you look up at the eyepiece where you see a little scope, the little scope is a microscope that's reading internally, optically, all the way through down to the horizontal circle that's in that cone.
Okay. And where's that at?
Pardon me?
Is that on this? Where's that on the unit here?
Well, you look at the eyepiece. There's two eyepieces.
Yeah,
a large one and a small one.
Okay.
That's a microscope that's reading internally through the whole thing down to the glass plate, which is in that cone part in the base.
Oh, that's what that little scope is looking at. Is it somewhere down in the base?
Yes. So you bring a light source, and you can either reflect sunlight. You can either reflect sunlight, or for night work and star shots, you just use a flashlight, little incandescent bulb. Of course, I've replaced that with LED.
Yeah.
But even in daytime, I just like using the steady, because I have a green LED to illuminate it.
All right, that's cool. I didn't know yet. I remember you telling me about how the really old the really old theodolites worked for azimuth angles in like the early parts of the triangulation they did across the US there, where they would alternately lock the protractor and sweep it with them as they reset. So they aim at a target, sweep, and then lock the whole thing, bring it back, unlock it, sweep again, lock, sweep, unlock. So they do it 3 times. So it would move the thing with it 3 times, so that at the end you'd read the number and then divide by 3 to get your actual answer, and that would increase the precision.
And that's the procedure you would use with your burger there.
With this one,
in the major triangulation, no, they locked the plate down, and the telescope was aimed at a target, and then they would read its position on the plate with like 3 or 4 microscopes
around the perimeter.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they would turn to 2 or 3 other targets, and then they would just advance the plate and repeat. So they're sampling the plate over and over in different positions.
Yeah, because the plates were engraved as well as they could, but they weren't perfect either.
Well, yeah, in all measuring equipment, yeah, you're looking for that standard deviation by making, an angle is like reading the plate in 2 positions. So, it's not going to be exact. So you keep sampling different pairs of engravings.
Yeah, so that and then you average out any error that might be in them to get a more precise measurement.
Yeah, because even in the T2 or the T3, the glass plate with the protractor, you always just leave it in place, and you read as you move the instrument around, you just keep reading the plate, and then you can alter the plate's position and just read it all again. And I'll do that in proper parlance. You do that like 12 or 14 times. And of course, you're reading it in phase 1, and then you're flipping it over, reading in phase 2. So you get quite a bit of statistics on standard deviation and standard error.
And all that works to reduce the width of that standard deviation, right?
Well, standard deviation actually remains constant.
Okay.
Standard error decreases by the square root of the number of measurements.
Okay.
So, like when I measure a horizontal angle, typically, do it like 8 or 12 times, I'll get the standard deviation will be about 1 to 1.2 seconds. But after doing it 12 times, then that reduces by a factor of 4. And when I compare repeat measurements or computed, anticipated angles, I'm usually getting, in the 1 second range pretty easily in horizontal angle.
All right. Well, we've got a couple of on-topic questions here, or comments here. Matthew Lot says, I'm 18 inches all around, whatever that means. We got Nico. Nico says, I vote yes on the poll. I prefer my own brand better than my wife brand. Do not tell her I say that. I want to see tomorrow. Jack Fetter says, so big boy, what's the girth of your theodolite? And Glass Bomb for 50 secs says, currently driving in a sewage tunnel that's being built. Look up E2 Avlops Tunnel. Looking up E2 Avlops Tunnel. All right, hold on. Then it's time. We're getting there. All right. Hold on. E2. Well, it's in not American. I think that means accept all. There you go. Would you like Terrible Tune is reading of some other language. Uppdrag of Stockholm. Vatten ab ska. All right, let's stop at ska for a second and think of dearth or potato. Yit Bjaga and I don't know. That's not gonna. It's a sewage tunnel. All right. Can I translate this all that to English? That'll help. There we go. All right, off screen. Okay. On behalf of Stockholm, this company here, we build a new sewage tunnel starting January 2020. It's 2025. They've been working it for 5 years. That's a major project. It's been working successfully in Henriksdal wastewater treatment plant since 2015, and this project will be part of the development of Stockholm's future wastewater treatment. 1.4 billion SEK. That's how much it costs. A sewer tunnel through rock and water. Wow. That's pretty cool. I have to learn Scandinavian if you're to be a genuine Minnesotan, says Tori Hanzo. Then I guess I'm not. So, all right. Shoebill, third Durastis sister, thank you for joining. PhD Tony, Brenda, thanks for popping by too. And Lael. I am going to be going. So next week be looking for. Anyway, you guys can. You want to say bye, Shoebill, and third Dura sister? You can.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I could add a little bit to the convo.
Always. I don't know if all you do, but I love hearing about how surveying is done. It's a cool thing. So.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome. Next week, got stuff coming. Don't know exactly when. Maybe Wednesday we will do the final tally for top left. This is your chance if you want to vote down the scum known as Flatzoid Scum and Witspit. You can give a thumbs down on their videos. Do it on both my channel and FDFE's channel, and that'll count for 40 downvotes. And if you had previously upvoted any of them, that's a total of 60 downvotes. I did a check today. It has taken a lot off of Flatzoid's poll, but he is still, as of this morning, still in the lead. So this is your chance to right a wrong. Anyway, so we saw some luggage. We did see some luggage, and we talked about some Wi-Fi. So you know what song doesn't exist and needs to exist is something about Witsit being luggage. Everybody, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Duffy's going to do a stream at 12. He's going to do a stream at 2 a.m. And it's like Critical Thinks over there on his computer. McKeegan's on his computer. Everyone's got the Wi-Fi password, but they like refuse to give the flat earthers the Wi-Fi password. And that was the case for like 18 hours. Like
they set up that Starlink. The Globers had a plan, whispering secrets about Wi-Fi all across the land. Mark had the password, Duffy had it too. They told me wait a while, but man, that ain't true. Oh, I cried 18 hours, left me out in the cold.
Man, such a sad story.
But I had that Wi-Fi quicker than I told.
Oh, he did? He lied?
Trying to get your pity, spinning tails in my blues. But deep down, you all know I'm stretching the truth. M-Tune streamed at 2. Critical Think on his screen. McKeegan's on the Wi-Fi, living the bandwidth dream. They said they'd limit it to keep their streams alive. But 1.5 hours in, I was online and thriving. Oh, I cried But deep down, you all know I'm stretching the truth.
Oh, make that guitar cry.
They set me up in another camp.
It's okay to cry, people.
My plight.
It's okay to cry. Men cry too.
7, maybe 8 hours. Yeah, I twisted it all right. But Mark was cool. He slipped me the code so fast. Now I'm here singing lies, hoping your pity will last. I cried 18 hours, left me out in the cold. But I had that Wi-Fi quicker than I told. Trying to get your pity, spinning tails in my blues. But deep down, you all know I'm stretching the truth. So if you hear my story, take it with a grain of salt. I wasn't left out in the cold. It's all my own fault. The blues ain't always honest, but man, they sure sound fine. Even if my Wi-Fi blues are just a pack of lies.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Wipe
And that
those
was the case
tears.
for like 18 hours.